Welcome to the Camera Life podcast. This is episode 100. And to celebrate, we're giving away 2 massive prize packs. Plus, we're diving into all the latest news, camera rumors, what it was like at FRMEFEST on the weekend, and much, much more. So let's roll the music.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Camera Life podcast. This is the Random Photography Show, but more than that, this is our 100th episode of the Camera Life podcast. And to celebrate, we've got a lot of stuff to get through tonight. Justin's going to announce a big giveaway in a minute. The chat's already going off, but it is the 21st of July, 2025. And the Camera Life podcast proudly brought to you by Lucky Straps. Head to luckystraps.com now. More on that later. Good morning. Good morning, Jesus. Good evening, guys. Good evening, Grant. Good to have you back. Grant is one of our OG Camera Life members. How are you, mate?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm kind of like that nifty 50 you have in your bag, and you're like, oh, I might need it. I might not need it.
We needed you
tonight.
today. We whipped you out. Do you still work, or is it got a bit dust? Yeah, a little bit dusty.
Very dusty. Very dusty.
Focus is a bit slow.
Focus not slow. I'm on a Canon.
And congratulations are in order because Grant's recently introduced another baby into the family.
Yes. Yep.
Can make a baby.
You can make humans. That's phenomenal. I can barely take photos these days. Well, I mean, you had some part in it. And Jim.
Yeah, just a small part, Grant.
Just a small part.
How you doing, Jim?
How are you, Jim?
I'm well. Thank you.
Welcome to 100, guys.
You got a bit of a sunrise, tequila sunrise going on in the back there, Jim. Got the bit of a fade. It's nice.
Yeah. Thanks. I like it.
Does anyone remember that movie, Tequila Sunrise? That was quite tragic.
No.
Not worth going back to it. Not the Pornhub version, by the way, just the normal cinema release. Wow. Anyway, let's move on. Justin, there's a fair bit going off in the chat. Do you want to say hello to some people?
Let's say hi to the chat before I let them know how to win these prizes that we're going to give away tonight, and then we'll get into the show. Oh my god, I can't even scroll back to the poll. Is there a prize for the first comment? There is not, or for the second comment. No,
just our love.
Maybe the 100th comment. Rick Nelson says, maybe. I'll let you know in a second. Philip Johnson says happy 100th all and many more. Thanks, Philip. You're a legend. Tony says, if there's no prize, we can just raid the warehouse. Well, you can. You know how to get into Jim's warehouse. Here, the code Greg gets you the best deal. It does not. Code Justin. No. We should make a code Grant.
Code Jim's the shortest and easiest to type.
That's true. Lisa Leach says happy 100th. Hey, Lisa.
Hey, Lisa.
Thanks, Lisa.
Nathan CCP, good to see you. Long time no see. Surely there are party hats and party poppers. I'm a bit disorganized and there are not. I wanted to.
I went looking for a hat, but headphones.
The closest we could do was put in the little hats in Canva for the thumbnail. So yeah. So many more chat comments. Dennis Smith is here, says let's go. Bruce Moyle right on time. Yeah, we were late.
Yeah.
Elaine is here as always, saying good evening to everybody, keeping the show running. Jim's weddings, that's a new one.
Is that Jim in a dress?
Oh, that's very pretty. Is that a flanny wedding dress?
Someone put a whole day into this.
That's nice.
Yeah, I don't know who's doing this, but
you got a bit of competition.
So thank you for the YouTube algorithm going to pump us up. More comments from more people's burner accounts.
Oh no,
that's how we get there.
Bruce says we all know Yelena is the brains of the operation. She is. She is.
Yep.
4 a.m. at the airport this morning, staying up for this. Where were you, Dennis?
Hey, Dan.
Where you going, or where you been?
Coming or going?
Tim Siamas, good to see you. Eilish says, "Hey, hubby, looking good, guys."
Who's that?
Jim's Photography is also in the house. The OG, Jim's Photography.
Nice.
Rodney Nicholson, good to see you. Nev Clark, good to see you.
Hey,
Oh
Nev.
man, this is crazy. NP, happy centenary. Jim's
This is just going to be.
Jim's boudoir.
This is just going to be a whole episode of us ranking the comments.
I know.
Yeah,
it's not going to be. I
fine.
promise. I promise. We'll get to the actual show in a second. This is just fun. That is a great profile pic. It's a flanny bra. That's very nice. But with the bucket hat, it really sets it off.
It does.
Mike Hawk photo says happy 100. Thank you. Exy, what's up? LTK
Hey,
photo, what's up? Yeah, I think, oh man, this is great. Digifrog, I was going to be the first comment. You missed it. 6 minutes too late. Yeah, Epic Sledge, the nifty 50 of podcasts. Muhammad, damn, where do I send my photos? If you want us to check out your photos, which we will do later this episode, email them to justin@luckystraps.com.au. Even if you email them right now, you can make it onto this show. Justin@luckystraps.com.au. I'll dig them out of my email before we get to it. Jim's selling franchises for Jim's photography. If anyone's interested, I wouldn't send you credit card details to that.
Just so you know, it's not me. I'm not selling anything.
Jim's wedding's interested. That's amazing. Okay, I don't know. I can't even keep up with everything that's going on. So let's let me just tell you guys how you can win. So what we're giving away tonight, we're going to give away two things. We're going to give away 2 prize packs. The prize packs are a Lucky Straps, our top of the line Deluxe 45 padded camera strap, a matching wrist strap, personalized by Jim himself, one of our adventure leather belts, and a hoodie, just like this one, and
the show. Give him the show, Justin.
Just took a turn.
a t-shirt like this one,
I think,
or whatever color you want.
If you're showing nudity before.
Yeah, I almost saw nipple.
A total value of 650 Australian dollars. That's over $9 worth of prizes. No, that's not true. It's about $420 worth of prizes. So we're going to give away 2 of those. One tonight, live on the show, will be drawn at random, and all you have to do is comment in the live chat to be entered. Now, no stupid comments. If you just type like the letter A or something, we'll just, you won't win. It's got to be a good comment.
Do burner accounts count?
Depends on which account it is. We'll see. We'll see.
Only like Rick Nelson's. And
if they're really funny burner accounts, then yeah, they count. So jump in the live chat. Now, if you're listening back later, or if you just want a second chance to win, if you don't win tonight, you can win still for the next week after this show airs. If you're listening on Apple or Spotify or on YouTube back, jump in on YouTube on this episode and leave it in the regular comments down below. Comment anything you want, you know, who you are, where you're from, what sort of camera you use, why you want to win this camera strap. Tell us something interesting. And on next Monday's show, we'll announce the winner of that prize pack. So you've got 2 chances
just to
win.
reiterate, 2 packs to give away. Each pack has the premium Deluxe 45 Lucky Straps leather camera strap with a quick release system, a matching wrist strap with quick release system, personalization on both, a belt, a hoodie, and a t-shirt. You're giving away, and that's just 1 pack, and then you've got a second pack that we're giving away, and we'll do that next Monday night, 7:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time here on the Camera Life podcast. So you've heard it, folks.
Probably not 7:30 p.m., Greg. We'll sometime after 7:30 p.m.
Oh, the show starts.
We'll be late. No, but we'll be late too. So.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
7:36, 37, something like that.
Ish.
Bruce Moyle says no stupid comments. Well, I'm out. No, your comments are perfect. Just don't just type one letter or one word or something. It's got to be a good comment. It's got to add some value. Get amongst it. And then also you have to be subscribed and liked. There's no way of us checking that. There's no way we can verify that you're subscribed, but you have to be. So go and do that too. It's an honor system. To win the prize, please subscribe and like. Speaking of subscribers, what are we at? we're at
1.2.
1,249 subscribers, which is amazing.
Hey,
You're all amazing.
yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
awesome. Thanks, everybody. And look, thanks for being here, guys, to help us celebrate our 100th episode. We're gonna dive into a few topics tonight, as we would. It's a normal random photography show, just with a bit of pizzazz, and we're going to cover off what the Camera Life podcast means to us and what it means to you. So jump in the comments. Let us know what this podcast means to you, what you love about it if you want, what you hate about it. You know, who's obviously your favorite host.
Anything you'd like to see us do in the future? Any guests? Different show ideas? Tell us.
Because don't forget, guys, part of what we do and the reason why we go live with the Camera Life podcast twice a week is that we want it to be as interactive as possible. We don't want to sit here and talk at you and tell you what we think about the photography world and what's going down. We want to hear from you guys. We want you to interact. We want you to comment, ask questions, make silly statements, whatever it may be. Get involved, because we want this to be all about community and you guys and your creative pursuits.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Oh, thanks, boss.
With that, we'll go into the first segment, which is just talking about how this is our 100th episode. How interesting.
Yeah.
Hang on. Can I do this?
We'll get it right one day. Maybe by 200.
Yeah.
There it
Graphic
is.
works. Well done.
There it is.
Yeah. Stepping up.
Well, let's start this segment off with a comment from Paul. Well, guys, I'll start by congratulating you on not just 100 episodes, but for developing a unique live format that combines outstanding guests, random stuff, and real-time interactions with the crowd. Thanks.
That's
basically summarizes exactly what we were trying to do. So it's perfect.
Yeah. Nail on the head. Well done, Paul. Thank you.
And thanks for getting so involved. It's been awesome.
Yeah. Always good to see you. All right, let's talk about what reaching 100 episodes on the Camera Life means. Let's start with you, Justin, because you're the founder of Lucky Straps. You're the brains behind, well, we'll say brains, but you're behind all of this. What is the Camera Life?
I'm behind it. I don't know about, I'm not the brains.
Yeah, leave the brains bit aside. That's matter for someone else. But
I'm just going to Google how many podcasts make it to 100 episodes.
I think most stop at like 11 or 7 or something.
Statistics indicate that maybe about 5% achieve this milestone. I don't know if that's true, because some other things are saying that 90% of podcasts don't make it past 3 episodes. That sounds pretty right. Anyway, not many. So it's pretty cool. I'm really stoked. And I couldn't do it without the crew. Even just without Greg in the early days was very, very tough, because I don't know if you guys know, he's the Wizard of Pod, and he does all of the booking stuff. Anything that needs to have the track kept of it. Is that even a thing? You know what I mean? He does it.
Keeping track of.
Yeah, that. Yelena does it, and Greg do it. I don't do it. So without them, nothing would be kept track of. And then without Jim and Grant, there'd be no extra characters on the show.
Yeah.
So,
yep.
And Jim and Grant were actually critical getting through the first 20 episodes, because that was just an idea. It was just a crazy idea. I couldn't even get any guests or anything. It was just like, all right, you guys, we're on the show. If you want to,
you are the guests.
You are the guests.
I think that was the hardest part of it all. Just
getting started,
not having guests. Yeah.
Yeah. And if you guys want to see how tricky it is to get going, go back and listen to the first 10 minutes of some of those early shows. It's it wasn't easy, but we had to push through, and I'm glad that we did. And it's been onwards and upwards and steady growth since then. Yeah. So
it was interesting.
Pretty amazing
how we started. Yeah.
And we did have a year.
Like
we had a year off. We had a year off from episode 20 to episode 21, pretty much exactly a year, I think.
And then we started the Fujifilm podcast. So at episode 21, pretty much.
Yeah.
Greg hijacked it.
Well, you wanted guests. I only knew Fuji people. Now I know all of the brands people. But
you just get Fuji people still.
Yeah. I still only just get Fuji people. Yeah. I get the Canon and the Nikon and the Sony people if there's no Fuji people left.
Yeah. They're back.
One in every 10.
Gareth says the first episode I listened to was about the X-Half. 4 episodes later, I realized that you aren't a Fujifilm only channel. I hang around because it's a very different chilled out format. That's what we're going through.
Thanks, Gareth. That's what we love. We want it to be very relaxed and chilled, very Australian, very let's just have a chat.
Exactly. Dennis Smith from School of Light, one of our favorite guests. I could probably say that about every guest, but I'll say it anyway. One of our favorite guests says the podcast is an oasis in the desert of clickbait filth that infests my screens daily. I find the variation in facial hair consistently intriguing, though.
Nice. We're here for that, Dennis. Absolutely. And I think there was a message from Nev Clark as well. The one above Dennis's comment. Did you see that one?
Let me see. Hang on. Nev Clark, also been on the show multiple times. Great episode. Still amongst the highest viewed episode. Is he?
Yeah.
Still?
He was up there.
Let me just have a look. I think I can rank it by views. Let's just see.
You would be able to.
Not that it's competition, but
we've lost Grant.
He's just behind. He's behind me. If you go up a little bit higher, Grant.
Just stand up.
There he is.
He is. Nev's episode is still number 1 in terms of views. Second behind that is the GFX100 RF hands-on review that Greg did. And then right behind that is the X-Half.
Wow, really? That's third?
Yeah. It's third. It was the thumbnail. The X-Half thumbnail was great.
Yeah.
If anyone hasn't seen it, it's the scene in Zoolander where he's looking at the house model and he's like, "What is this? A house for ants or whatever?" He's like, "A camera for ants." Anyway, I thought it was funny.
Yeah, well, as long as someone did Justin, that's fine.
Anyway, what was I doing? Reading out Nev's comment. Nev says, I would love to thank the show. My self-belief and belonging in the photography space in Australia has grown. My world has exploded in the last 6 months since being on the show. Forever indebted. Wow.
That's huge, Nev. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, that's cool.
Thank you for being one of our first kind of reboot guests and getting the ball rolling on the Camera Life podcast. You know, we got to hear because you showed us that guests can be great contributors to our format. So, thank you in return. We'll call it evens.
We'll call it even. Mike Hawk photo. What's Zoolander? Is that a joke?
Oh, Mike Hawk. What are you doing?
Give
it a Google.
Give it a Goog.
And welcome to the channel.
Yeah, welcome. Where are you from? LTK Photo says that your Fuji Summit stream is how I found you guys. One of the best podcasts I enjoy listening to and being a part of. And that's it. That's why we do the podcast, because you guys are part of the podcast, and it makes it a lot easier to have the show when it's constantly getting comments and questions. We don't have to come up with it all ourselves. It's much better.
And there's a lot to love about that. Like, we have regulars, we have running jokes now amongst the community, amongst the chat, and we keep seeing people and bumping into people that have heard of the podcast, or are you those guys? I had someone on my private blog who I haven't looked after very well lately because I just haven't. Say, I just realized you're that hairy guy from the podcast I watch. Completely. They were just reading one of my blogs on something and made the connection. So, these are really nice signs that our desire to support and build a community of photographers here, and we create a space for you to come and talk and comment and get involved, that it's actually working. And that makes me feel like we've won the day. That's what we set out to do. We set out to build a community, a live podcast that's different from others, and I think we're winning. Early days, but we're definitely getting there.
We are getting there. You just wait till you see what we've got in store for the next few months of guests. Greggy's been working hard. Nathan, another former guest. Great show, great episode. If you want to go back and give it a listen. He says, this show gave me a bunch of confidence in talking about my work in general. I listen back and think, bloody hell, I sound so nervous, which I was, but thank you for giving me the opportunity. You did great. You did great. It was a good episode.
Yeah, absolutely.
Andrew Ireland I found you guys
Andrew.
via the Luke Sharkey episode when he was a recent guest. Awesome. So is this your first live show? Did you listen to Luke live? I don't know if we've seen you in the chat before. Where are you?
We've seen him in the chat. Definitely seen that name. Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure on the Sharky episode, maybe.
Oh, okay. Well, remind me, where are you from?
Yeah.
And Mike Cox says Luke's photos were amazing. Yes. Yes,
he's a
they
photographer.
yeah, very good. We've had some
Yeah.
bangers on lately. Speaking of which, I think I saw here, Lisa said, love the Brett Woods episode. Yeah.
Yep. Anyone that hasn't seen that one yet, go back and watch it, and then go to Brett's website and have a look at the quality of his landscapes. You know, and obviously being in this industry and running a podcast and working with Lucky Straps and just my involvement in other communities, I've seen a broad range of landscape photography work. But Brett's it just stands out. It is so incredibly compelling. You know, he's got an incredible eye for composition. And, you know, like what he was showing us, where he would be in a scene in New Zealand and he would whip out a 400 or 500 mil lens and just find a tiny little patch of that huge mountainous range and yet still capture something that was really majestic without the need to go wide or, you know, like just incredible photographic skills. But we've got some good guests coming up too.
Elena says I've got some emails.
Oh.
Elena
When we said send in photos, we meant photos that you've taken, not photos of you.
Oh, wow, this is nuts. Okay, I'm going to have to do some.
Justin, Tim
some work.
Siamas wants to know if you bought the 100 to 500 yet.
No. Although I think Brett sent me a second-hand one that was listed. And I was like, what are you doing to me?
And they keep their resale value. You could just resell
I
it.
know. I'm tempted. But Grant also said I could borrow his 7200 F4, which is so light. That would be
But only
really great.
200 mil.
Yeah, and you got a camper van. What do you need light for?
We go walking,
Nah,
you know.
you're both fit. Jesus, you're at the gym every second day. You're sulking
doesn't-
about it.
Doesn't mean I want to carry all the stuff. Exie sent some photos in. Thanks, Exie. Andrew's from Tassie, from Hobart.
Hey,
cool.
Andrew.
There's a big Tassie crew, the Tassie
Yeah.
contingent.
Yeah, we're making some early plans, Andrew. We've been inspired by some of our recent Tassie-based guests, and we're thinking about maybe a little road trip. Potentially, we might cross the water.
We might.
double the weight for those two lenses too. Let's look it up.
What's double the weight?
The 100 to 500 compared to the 70 to 200 F4.
Yeah.
What does it weigh?
100 to 500 is 1.3 kilos.
Oof, yeah, that's a lot, isn't it?
It is, but also for that lens, it's not a
500
ton.
mil.
Like for what it is.
Oh no,
it's pretty
it's
impressive.
for what it is.
But it
But
is
for
still,
carrying it, yeah.
yeah, it is still a chunky lens compared to the other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. Stay tuned,
Elena says-
folks.
Was hard to choose a thumbnail for Brett's podcast. Yeah, we had, like Elena puts the thumbnails together, and she was like, "Which one?" I'm like, "I don't know. They all look awesome. Just pick one." Like they look. It was the
go
easiest
wrong.
because he had a great photo of himself. That's some of our guests don't. You know, like not everyone gets a good photo of themselves as a photographer. It's just one of those things you kind of forget about. He had a great photo of himself, and then he just had like 5. You know, it just unlimited options of good landscape shots to put behind it. It was too easy.
Yeah.
So, oh yeah, Exie's in. Exie says he was in Hobart yesterday. Exie's down
Yeah, it
in.
was.
How's
Was it the weekend?
any of the photos you sent in from your current trip, Exie?
He sent me a sookie one on the weekend saying it was raining. Came into the landscape and it's raining. It was just great. Like he sent me a photo, it was just grey. The whole world was grey.
Mohammed sent his photos in. Yippee. Yippee.
Yeah, I think Muhammad, we'll get to those soon.
Yeah.
I think you'll only set up a new discount code.
A new discount code.
For Grant.
Yep. For Grant.
He can't have his own
16% off.
16% off.
Oh,
No.
what?
Get on that.
Nah.
Does that really work or is that a gag?
I think it is because she.
Right.
Could someone in the chat put through an order and we'll let you know if it works.
Bruce says, "Man up, Justin, and get it." That's the 100 to 500.
Yeah,
and Paul's taking the 100 to 500 over to New Zealand on the South Island next week. So yeah, You have to tell me, Paul, if it is it essential or not.
Yeah.
Gareth says 7200 f4 was so nice. Some of my best images were taken with it, and I can borrow it for free.
Yeah. Well, I guess if you go with that, if you take Grant's lens, you save a shitload of money. You're going with a lighter kit, and you'll learn how to make the most of that lens. You know, you'll push it to its limits, do what you can with it, and you'll know for next time you go to a place like that, whether it's New Zealand or the US or wherever it is that you head next, you'll know whether that 200 mils is enough.
Exactly.
I guess the only thing is you'll be horribly disappointed that you only have 200 mil.
Yeah,
and that's the thing. It's okay.
I'm just gonna get in.
But it is okay to miss out on some photos sometimes and go, all right, I know I need that, as opposed to spending money and going, well, hopefully I need that.
Yeah,
it's okay. Especially like I'm going there for fun. I'm not going there to come back with any specific work. So
I think I don't know if you're going there, if with that in mind, if you're going for fun, you don't want to be lugging something that you feel pressure to use because you've spent so much money on it, or you've bought a secondhand or loaned one or whatever. Maybe just stick with the 70 to 200 and have fun with it.
I'll think about it over the episode. We'll see.
Yeah, all right. Okay.
Get Off My Digital Lawn has just generously donated $7.99 for Greg's left-hand light.
It's flat. Yeah. See,
or maybe a charger or something.
I died. I don't.
I think Tony's donated a few times to Greg's lights.
Yeah. Well, they are getting better. He's got green in the background.
I've got like a panel here. I've got green back there. I do have a second one, but it's not connecting to the app properly. I don't know what's going on. Anyway.
I hate apps.
Oh, no,
don't like them. See the
now
remote?
We've just had smart lighting put in the house and F purifiers, and everything needs an app.
Yeah, I don't like it. The light I've got in front of me uses this remote. It's just like it takes two AAAs and you just press the buttons. It's nice.
Is that the same as the one you got me?
It's a cheaper one.
Yeah, mine doesn't have a remote.
Yours definitely has a remote. Yeah, Jim's got the same remote. Yours had an option to control it through a computer because it's
more apps. Yeah,
more apps. All right, we should probably get through this show or something at some stage.
Use code Grant. It's actually live.
LTK Photo says, where do I send an image? Send it to justin@luckystraps.com.au. And
Yelena's put the email in the chat too.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, just email through. So email through a picture. Ideally, send through, if it doesn't have metadata or if you're not sure if it's got metadata, tell us what the settings were if you want, if you remember, or if you got them handy. And I don't know, a sentence or whatever about what you were trying to do with it, or whether you just like the photo or whether you don't like the photo. Yelena's donated $2.99 for my facial hair. So hopefully that works.
To remove it or to keep it?
Remove what?
And then
your peach fuzz. What about your peach fuzz?
Lisa. Sorry. I was just going to say, what Lisa says, is there a theme to send photos in, or does anything go? Within reason, of course. Anything goes that I can show on YouTube.
Yeah. Just send them to Justin anyway. He might just keep them for himself, but he'll decide what goes up.
No, it's just so we basically just try to get rolling a bit of a your images section, the tail end of the random shows on Monday night, where we just check out what you've been shooting. It can be anything. We didn't want to put themes on it. That might be something we explore down the track if you guys are interested, where it gets you out to shoot something in a certain theme or dig through your archive for a certain theme. But we'd probably keep it pretty broad unless we maybe do just like monochrome or something like that. I don't think we want to go too deep because I'd rather just see what everyone's been up to. Ideally, I'd like to see either like some favorite photos of all time from you, or just something that you've shot recently. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, but I'm open to options.
And you guys sending in images helps us to kind of work out where we want to go next with this channel and with the whole platform. We might look at maybe down the track having a dedicated website for the Camera Life where we put blogs and videos. We could have a community notice board where you can advertise the work that you do. We can share your images on there, but that's down the track. But that's what we're working towards at some stage. Something a bit grander than to add on to this.
Exactly.
Cool.
Were you going to pull something up, Jim? Sorry.
Oh, it was just a reply to Elena's comment saying that it'll take more than that.
Okay.
It's not mine.
Or Philip Johnson.
I'm just trying to.
You might need a refund.
I didn't see that.
Yeah. Well, I'll refund that later.
All right.
You might be onto something here, Jim. Mike Hock photo. Mike Hock. Are we being is that a
I wondered
flim-flam?
that. You said it before. You talked about Mike Hock, and I felt uncomfortable for a moment. I thought,
That's that dog from St Kilda that has the massive balls. You know the statue in St Kilda?
No, I don't know.
no,
Greg, no?
I live near here, and I don't
on
live there.
the Esplanade, there's these statues of these dogs, and they've got, giant nuts, the bronze statues. Okay. Burner account. No prize for you. Mike Cock.
No one wants to hear from Mike Cock anymore.
Got us.
Well played. Well played.
Yeah, well spotted, Jim. I didn't see that.
You guys have gone on. I was like, I don't know.
Oh, that's funny.
Heaven forbid we're wrong and it's actually Mike's real name.
Yeah.
Look,
No,
if so,
bad.
I think Mike will see the funny side of it. Not with that profile picture. I know that dog. Lucinda's in the house. Lucinda, another epic guest from our first 100 episodes and our first panel show, the analog photography show, where we did a panel on film photography. Lucinda, thanks for joining us. She says, hey, team, late to the game tonight. Congrats on 100 episodes. Thank you.
Thanks, kiddo. Good to see you.
Yeah. Let me just double check that our giveaway tool's still working. Yep, still going. Entries are still being counted. So if you are here with us live right now, you can win. When will we draw the prize? What do you think?
Like halfway through? Like in another half hour?
In half an hour. Yeah. You've got, halfway through the time. I don't know. We'll start burning through the segments soon. You've still got time to enter. If you want to win $650 worth of Lucky Strap stuff, which includes a strap, wrist strap, hoodie, t-shirt, belt, everything, just jump in the chat, comment, talk with us. And if you're listening later, don't forget, leave a comment on this episode on YouTube and we'll draw the winner 1 week from now. So if you're listening within a week of when this episode come out, you still got a chance to win. Go and jump in the comments and answer.
Yeah. So we'll be giving away one prize pack tonight and a second prize pack next Monday night. So make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the bell button so you get notified of next week's episode.
But you can't enter next week live. You have to enter in this
before then.
This show's comment section underneath the show.
Yep.
Clear as mud. Clear as mud. Yeah, we got it. Just trying to catch up with the chat. David Leparati, one of the biggest contributors via email and chat to the show, especially regarding infrared cameras. He's leading me down the path to spend some more money. Says, I found you while searching for Richard Taddy and have really enjoyed watching most episodes, some live and some later. I've enjoyed sharing some of my knowledge on infrared photography. Well, we've loved it. I've loved it. I'm definitely going down the rabbit hole of infrared photography, and I'll be doing a full spectrum conversion sometime later this year when my bank account lets me. Richard Taddy was one of our original pre-Greg guests, and then we had him back on. Both of those shows have been amongst our highest viewed. If you are into nightscape photography at all, astrophotography, they are both a treasure trove of information. So go back and listen to those if you're looking for that kind of content.
I think it's fair to say, guys, that, over the last 100 episodes, we've had some pretty stellar guests on, and we've covered such a broad range of genres and approaches to photography, and looking at, people that are new to the craft but are killing it, and people that have been doing it for 50, 60 years. And it's amazing to see just that diversity of people out there in our community that are doing this sort of work. And there's been lots of really memorable episodes from since I've joined, which was episode 21, that was my first. And we talked earlier about how the GFX and the Fuji X-Half videos kind of blew up because, controversy. Someone did something different and didn't include IBIS, and that just, that rocked a lot of people's worlds.
Well, they probably should have just put IBIS in it.
Yeah, they should have just put it and made it cheaper. We've talked a lot about cosplay cameras. That's been a really recent hot topic because we're seeing a lot of that. And actually, in the news section, we'll cover off yet another effort at a cosplay camera.
Really?
Yeah, the Leica thing that covers the thing at the back.
Oh,
of the
okay.
thing. Yeah. I don't know why I was talking in code. But and we've met some amazing people. Like we've met such a huge crowd, and obviously getting involved with BFOP last year was a great idea for us because it opened us up to a broader community. We've since gotten involved with the team at BFOP. We're now doing some of the BFOP media stuff for BFOP 2025, and it's just been this nice, slow snowball effect. Sorry, I cut someone off then.
No, you're right.
Grant,
What were you
say
going to say,
something.
Grant?
I just want a ticket to BFOP.
You want to come?
We get sneaking in under the official lucky straps.
I was wearing the jumper. That'll be
Well, if you're coming over to work, you'll be able to get in.
Yeah.
all right.
Just Grant. High vis vest, ladder, camera,
ladder.
get into
Get
anything
in
ever.
And a sticky note with
You
a random
could get
name
into
on it.
anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I used to work at corporate. My favorite technique for getting people to stop harassing you for questions or time was to walk around really fast with a sticky note. It's that kind of thing. You just act confident, act like you're busy, and no one will question you.
What did you have on the sticky note?
I just write a random name and just walk really fast looking down at it. Sorry, I've just got to do this. See? For more hot tips on how to avoid work, please like and subscribe.
Yeah.
Rick Nelson's emailed some photos in. That's awesome. We'll bring him up later,
Hey,
Rick.
Rick.
Thank you. I'm going to need like a 10-minute sort of pause on this show while you guys handle everything so I can try and get through all these. Oh, sweet.
So just another show, you mean?
Yeah. Anyway, maybe when you do what's in the box, I'll sort the images out.
All right. Cool.
Wow, this is crazy. Put a date in the
All
YouTube
right.
description for the cutoff. Don't know what that means. What does that mean, Bruce? Here's the question I was looking for. Mohammed wants to know, what cameras do all of you use? Ready, set, go, Jim.
I use Nikon Z8s. 2 of them. Great.
What for?
I shoot mainly weddings, commercial work, and boudoir photography.
No, I mean, why do you use Nikons? It was a joke.
Why?
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I did actually. Okay, so you shoot Nikon. Yeah. And you have since you started your career, basically.
Yeah, my first camera was like a Panasonic. But then, Nikon since, D700.
Grant?
Canon R5 for my landscapes, but I've been using this lately. Konica Acom one. It's just a film camera. I've just been doing some stuff at home. Just
How are you finding that?
documenting. It's interesting. I've got some black and white film in there at the moment. It's cool. The manual focus is a bit tricky when you're trying to do kids running around, but it's fun.
But for sleeping babies and quiet
that's
moments,
easy.
Yeah.
Just quickly, while we pause, Lucinda, email to justin@luckystraps.com.au. We'd love to see a couple images.
Yeah.
Greg, what do you shoot with?
So no surprises, I'm a Fuji shooter. And I shoot with, at the moment, my Fujifilm XE4 is kind of my workhorse. That one. I've got an XE5 coming at the end of August. I've already ordered it, paid for it. It's done. It's on its way from Japan. And then this is my little street camera. I also use the XE4 for street, but this is kind of like my just little pocketable street camera. It's the Fujifilm X70. It's like a decade old now. It's 16 megapixel, but it's just a really solid. Again, it's one of those ones you could knock in nails into a wall with. It's that robust. And I just love it. It's just such a cool little camera, little point and shoot, beautiful. So that's me.
Do we have half an hour for Justin to talk about it, or
Can we just turn the camera at your shelf and just leave it at that?
There's not that much stuff. I shoot Canon. Main cameras are the R5 and R5, R5 Mark II, sorry, and R3 for sports, hybrid, photo, video, and also just whatever comes along. And shooting film recently on the Canon EOS 1N, but I am looking for an EOS 1V if anyone's got one at a price that isn't insane. Or wants to do a trade. What's the difference
between the M and the V, Justin?
Not a ton. The V is the last film camera they made, and it's
is that why you want it? Because of that reason, or okay.
And it's upgraded in a few ways. Nothing, obviously, it's not going to make any difference to the image quality or anything like that. Slightly faster autofocus and little upgrades here and there. It was probably, I think, a 6-year newer camera. I can't remember it was quite a gap between those bodies. And also this one's got a data back on it, and so it doesn't have the traditional aperture dial, and I want the traditional aperture dial on the back. So
fair enough.
So you didn't know that until you got it, is that right?
No, I didn't. But the price, I think this thing was like, what was this? $300, $400, $500 somewhere there. I can't remember. And the 1Vs are selling for like $1,000 to $1,500. So it's quite amazing. It's quite a different jump. It's the same with the Nikon F6 is the last Nikon film camera, and they sell for a crazy amount, whereas the F5 that I've got was, I don't know what it was, $500.
Yeah.
So, and finally, Leica Q3.
Yep. Finally, I doubt that's all.
Yeah.
I mean, they're the main ones.
That's all you can reach.
It's all I can reach.
Yeah.
The one's in the room at the moment.
Yeah.
Nice. Very nice. There you go, Mohammed. I hope that answers your question.
Yeah. Mohammed says, what's that? Fire cameras. I thought he said 5 cameras. Yeah. I use an old ass Nikon D5300. Doesn't matter. It's about the images.
Takes photos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Patrick knows what's up. 1V had better weatherproofing, shooting speed, and 45 point focus points. Like it had more focus points. Yeah, definitely better.
Yeah. And so that was Canon's last film camera that they made, was it? 35mm.
Yeah. Spot on. So he used to shoot with the 1V and an EOS 3. The 3s are a nice camera too. I'd possibly swap this for a 3 if I find a nice used one. We'll see. What else?
Well, why don't we jump to viewer comments?
Since we've been reading out the live chat, we'll jump to something different, the non-live comments.
But previous week's comments.
I know, but it's just it's the 100th episode. You know, what do people expect?
Yeah.
Let me pull it up, see what we got. We won't go through them all because there was a ton from this week. I was replying to a few today. Let's see.
Just while Justin's bringing that up, I just want to remind everyone that this is the Camera Life podcast, proudly brought to you by Lucky Straps. If you're looking for a new leather camera strap for your special camera, you've spent all that money on a camera and a lens or a kit, the last thing you need to do, or the first thing you need to do, is buy yourself a good camera strap. Throw away the one that came in the box. They're garbage. It's not going to support you. It's not going to be comfortable. Get yourself a premium
take it out of the box.
Yeah, no, don't even bother. Just leave it in there. Donate it to something. But get yourself a decent camera strap. It will make all the difference to when you're traveling or just your everyday carry system, because it takes the pressure off your body when you have it slung over your shoulder, around your neck, or like me, I use a wrist strap because I avoid using straps around my neck. So yeah, head to luckystraps.com. They're Australian made, made in Bendigo in Jim's warehouse. Apparently he's got a warehouse now. I don't know when that happened. With a new fence too, I hear. Newly fortified warehouse. And head to luckystraps.com and use code GRANT for 16% off. We'll give Grant some love today.
Yeah,
given that he's here with us. 16% off any Lucky Strap order. And don't forget to check out the merch, the belts, and the Valorant gloves for winter.
The code probably won't work on the gloves though. But that's
code won't work on the gloves. It's for Lucky Straps product only.
Nick Fletcher says the straps are freaking awesome. Good to see you, Nick. He said. He also said, "Did someone say win stuff? Here I am." You can't win, Nick. You've already got a strap. Man, there's a lot. I'm loving all this. So yeah, Patrick's currently shooting with a Nikon F3 and just picked up a ZF. Ooh, how do you like the ZF? Also, Tony's trying to sell Jim's fence. That was pretty funny. Jim sent us a photo of it finished, and Tony put it up on Gumtree.
Oh no!
It was so good.
The oldest trick, yeah.
It's funny every time.
Nice. Who uses Gumtree now, though?
Yeah,
Tony to list Jim's stuff that he doesn't want sold. Andrew Island says, "Showing my age, first camera was a Nikon FA mid 80s. Nice,
very cool.
Nice. No IBIS in that.
No, definitely.
All right. So just a few comments. We'll just whip through because there was a ton. Nick Fletcher loved Bruce's comments on our photos last week, Jim. Jim and I had our photos, our fairly average photos, critiqued by a wonderful photography judge and one of the greatest people in the chat of all time, and a great guest, Bruce Moyle. Go back and watch his episodes. One recent and then one, what was it, 3 months ago, 4 months ago?
Yeah, I did an interview with him.
Flies.
It does.
But yeah, didn't agree. He thinks wide angle distortion is the bomb. So,
that was Nick who said that.
Nick said that, yeah. Bruce didn't like the distortion. I didn't like it either, really.
Yeah.
But, you know, Bruce says, Nick, we must fight.
We're going to build an arena at Beefpop.
Yeah, maybe.
Build a Coliseum.
All right, couple of comments from, there was quite a few comments on our RX1R III surprise release episode, because Sony did release the RX1R III last week to the surprise of the whole internet world. So we thought we'd go live, and everyone was surprised and talk about it. I'm going to talk about it in more detail when we go to our FRMEFEST review, because I got my hands on it on the weekend. I'm going to tell you what I think. But for now, I'm just going to tell you what our commenters think. At Tony W3250 says, ridiculously expensive for what it is, fixed lens, no IBIS, poor video, no flip screen. Sony are trying to pull people's pants down.
Oof, a good pantsing from Sony.
Yeah. Tell us what you really think.
It's interesting because you could have put that comment on the GFX 100 RF show. You could have put that comment on the X half.
Doesn't the GFX 100 has a flip screen though?
Well, you know what I mean. Like no IBIS, too expensive. Yeah, for what it is. That was the crux of what we heard a lot, was it's too expensive for what it is.
Yeah,
and we're seeing that more and more.
At Andrew Connor -W4M, glad to have found your videos. My Sony journey. I've had the RX100 Mark IV and 6, both very good for what they are. Had the A7R, but it's old now and past its time. And moved to their bridge camera RX10 Mark IV a few years ago, which is light, easy to use, 1-inch sensor, all I needed, but these are out of the market too. And it brings up a good point that Sony are kind of ditching, like their RX100 series hasn't been updated. That RX10, which I forgot about, hasn't been updated. They've kind of ditched all their compacts, their premium compacts, just as Fujifilm and other people have lent into the premium compact market. So it'll be interesting will they bring those back?
Well, it is interesting because I think the gap in that market that we see, because, you know, compact point and shoots used to be bread and butter, you know, like a backup kind of income stream for a lot of brands. And unfortunately, a lot of that's gone to the Temu replicas. You know, you can buy a $50 camera. Like I bought that $60 point and shoot digital camera, but you could buy the same camera with 4 different brands on it. You know, it was just basically, it's a factory made camera and they sell it to whoever wants to put their badge on it. And so we've lost that. The big brands like the Sonys and the Canons, who used to really, you know, dominate point and shoot markets, I feel like they haven't necessarily given up, but they've chosen that it's not a viable revenue stream anymore because the competition is underwriting them so much. And it's expensive to make these cameras.
Yes.
You know, it's really expensive to make them. And I don't think people are prepared to pay what they're actually worth or what they cost to make. You know what I mean? Like that, which is why we're seeing comments like it's too expensive for what it is, because it's all just getting so expensive to make.
Yeah.
Shipping, tariffs, all of it.
I'll read out a few more comments on that same episode all in a row, just so we get a feel for what everyone's thinking. While we're doing that, Dennis from the School of Light says, Sony is sponsoring my Sala show, so no comment. Dennis, make a burner account and tell us what you think, because you're a Leica Q3 owner. What do you genuinely think about that new camera? We won't tell Sony.
Yeah.
Tell us. I won't read this full one out, but at Goodwolf 152 says, I agree with John Pickett that the biggest argument against this camera comes from Sony themselves. The A7CR literally matches it or beats it in nearly every meaningful way, with the exception of size. And the difference isn't really that stark. The RX1R III has a terrible name. He didn't say that. I did. It's very hard to say over and over again. It's quite annoying. Anyway, it's quite small, but not in a way that really changes the way you carry it. It's not pocketable, so it has to be on a strap, lucky strap, or in a bag. Anyway, so sort of in summary, there's great lenses to put on that A7CR, and you're getting a lot of camera for your money. And that seems to be a very general theme across the whole photography world.
There is that argument that, well, you might as well just buy this and then you can have whatever lens you want. And I agree with that wholeheartedly if that's what you're looking for. The thing that Fuji nailed with the X100 series is that sometimes people just want something simple. They want a fixed lens. They want a point and shoot, but they want a quality point and shoot that's, reasonable, affordable, has good image quality, user experience, all that sort of stuff. And I think Sony, because it almost felt like this was rushed out, because none of our usual influencers that we see, especially people like Petapixel, had any knowledge of this camera coming out. In fact, they were in the, they had to throw it into their podcast that they do once a week to talk about. Whereas normally they're the first one online to get a review out every time, but that didn't happen. So it almost felt like a bit of a desperate rush from Sony. I'm not saying that is what happened, that they really are seeing that, brands like Fujifilm are absolutely killing this market with premium point and shoot compacts.
Yeah, it definitely seemed like a rush. I mean, there was speculation from, what's his name? The Fro Knows Photo. Jared. FroKnowsPhoto.com. He speculated that Sony didn't want to send it out to reviewers first because it launched and then it went on pre-sale like straight away.
Yeah.
So he said it seems like they were trying to get orders for it before anyone had a chance to review it. And that kind of makes sense because that's what he speculated. He's like they were worried that people were going to bag it a bit. So they wanted to get pre-orders in from anyone who was a diehard Sony RX1 fan. And I sort of thought, is he just saying that just to kind of stir the pot a bit, and he's a bit upset that they didn't send him a camera to review? But then I thought about it and I thought, a lot of cameras not only do they get released to reviewers first, but often pre-orders and stuff aren't available straight away, or they're not going to ship for a while and stuff. And I was like, okay, so if they rushed this to market, how is it ready to sell right now?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You would, if you rushed it to market, they would have done like when Canon have done development announcements. They're like, hey, the R1's coming.
Yeah.
But you don't even they do a teaser, and it's like they rush it to market, but it's not ready for market yet. Whereas this was ready for market. Yeah. But no reviewers got it. And I was like, maybe he's onto something there. Maybe he knows that everyone was going to say doesn't have a flippy screen, doesn't have IBIS.
It's too expensive.
10-year-old lens. It's too expensive.
10-year-old lens. That's the biggest. For me, that's the biggest. IBIS, take it or leave it, whatever. I know it's important and it offers flexibility in shooting modes and all that sort of stuff. But putting on a 10-plus-year-old lens, I just feel like that's just doing the dirty on customers. At least give it a bit of a fresh, focus, speed, performance boost, something, and just put a Mark II on it. It just feels like they really missed an opportunity to go, hey, and we've updated the lens, even if it's something minor. But they didn't bother to do that. And I think for people looking for a fixed lens camera, and we saw similar arguments with the GFX. It was only an f4. The little piece of rubbish plastic they've put on the X half doesn't even focus properly. The lens, if you're going to have a fixed lens camera, then the fixed lens has to work properly.
Yeah.
Or it's not going to sell.
Tiao Chong says, felt like the RX1 was made by accountants.
Oof.
Yes.
That's a good comment.
I sent it to you, Greg. You probably didn't get a chance to watch it. The Camera Conspiracies video about the RX1R3. If anyone hasn't seen it, don't go and watch it now. But Camera Conspiracies is like a piss take channel that does like camera news, but in a comedic way. And he basically role played what the Sony development discussion, the internal discussion would have been like about what camera to bring out next and how they arrived at the RX1R3 and what the specs would be. It was it was pretty good. Gareth Davies says, I've met Jared, which is Frono's photo. He's totally different in person. I bet he was, because he plays a bit of a character on his YouTube channel. I bet he was.
You can be that full on all the time.
Nah, I bet he was pretty chill and genuine and nice in person, or was he an absolute cock? You tell us, but I'm guessing he was lovely.
Now we're all eagerly waiting to find out if someone was a cock.
Yeah, let us know. Was he a cock?
Let us know, please, quickly.
Hang on. Neil says, late arrival, thanks, but thanks to work. But congratulations on your 100th episode, guys. Thank you. And don't forget, because you're late, you won't know yet. You can enter. You've already entered. You've entered by chatting. You might win a prize pack very soon, because we'll draw it.
Straps prize pack.
Maybe we'll draw it in about 3 or 4 minutes, I think.
Yeah, I think we're at the hour mark. Let's finish off some comments, and then maybe we'll talk giveaways.
Yep. Did someone say my cock? Good one, Jim's Boudoir. Where is my cock? All right. for those of you just listening, it's actually Mike Hock Photography, to be clear.
Allegedly.
Well, he said his parents something. He did respond. He did respond to your question.
Who?
Mike.
What? Anyway.
Who?
Let me get through the rest of these comments.
Are we talking about my cock again? I'm so sick of talking about my cock.
Oh, now they're gone. Have they changed his name? I don't know what's going on.
Mike says you don't get to pick your own name. And that's a fact. If your parents name you this, you get what you get.
Yeah, we're sorry, Mike. We're sorry.
Sorry, Mike. It's good to have you. Robert Varner's comments are the best.
It's so good to have my cock live on the show.
Good to see you, Robert. Oh, you guys are funny tonight. Lisa says I would stick with Michael. Yes, Michael Hock would be much nicer. Tim Siamas wants to know who's making the Jim Burner accounts. Absolute gold. Yeah, gold.
We all
jump on board. Yeah. Okay. Let's get through these. Some more comments on the RX1R3. Greg Carrick, another legend of the show. Hope to have him back on soon because he's very, very funny.
He's going to guest post in a couple of weeks while you're in New Zealand.
He's in the chat.
He's in the chat. He's a legend. And he says, like a Q series, camera royalty, Fujifilm X100 series, every photographer's everyday carry, Sony RX1R. Who? Sony does not have the rep to make a cult camera.
Oof.
Mic drop. Mic cock drop. Hop drop. You know what I mean.
Sorry, Mike.
Okay, there's a ton of Brett Wood comments, which we'll scan through in a second. I'll just get through the rest of the RX1R III ones. At Lim2001 Burger, the best name ever. Price at George's has
Patrick,
it,
wasn't it?
Yeah, Patrick, but I like the at Lim2001 Burger better. The price at George's has it at 8899. GFX 100 RF is 8799, but you can get a deal on it. And the Q3 is 11,000. And then A7RC 5.2, but currently 3899, and then you can throw a nice lens on it for another $1,000. And then says, I like this one because this is pretty true of everyone commenting on these cameras. To me, it's all academic since I tap out at anything above $2,000 for an everyday camera that isn't my actual camera. I'm a hobbyist, can't justify or write it off somehow. And that's true. I think for most people, it's like you can sort of, we all like to weigh in, but the reality is not a lot of people are running out to spend that much on a camera that's just been released anyway.
Yeah. And most people wait for, like if a Mark 1 comes out, some people are going to wait and see if they do a better version because there's something missing.
Well, they might do a Mark 3 in 2035 based on their release schedule if you want to wait for that flippy screen that everyone wants. Oh, I shouldn't say anything. All right, last one on this one was at POV with RC. I'm usually toxically positive about every release. I just can't fit the pieces together on this one, though, I'm afraid. About the best thing I can say is that this will absolutely or probably sell a ton of A7 CRs and 24mm lens combos for less. And yeah, that's pretty true.
Yeah.
All right. Brett,
can I just say something just before? Sorry, just quickly. We'll talk just with the RX1R Mark III and the whole, instantly available for sale thing. I wonder if because of the prohibitive cost of manufacturing new cameras, especially something like this with a whole new body, I wonder if they're maybe manufacturing hasn't started yet, or maybe they're not yet ready to ramp up. They want to see what the temperature of the room is, like how many people are going to put in pre-orders. Like it just feels, you know what I mean?
Oh, we're laughing at the comments, Greg. There's it's gone nuts. Sorry. I think we all cracked up at the same time, and I was like, they must have read what I just read. Oh my God. Sorry. Finish what you were.
Hang on. Did you say what they must have read what I just wrote? Did you
read?
say what
what,
you
no,
wrote?
no, what I just read.
I was going to say, are you one of these burner accounts?
No, I wouldn't be laughing so hard at what it's going crazy. Anyway, sorry, what were you saying, Greg, before we...
Why is Jim's group join the chat?
That's what I mean. All right, I'll read the first one out since we're there anyway. Jim's group says, hang on. This is the general counsel from Jim's group. We note the use of defamatory content under our branding. And that you appear to have an employee, Jim, who is masquerading as Jim Penman, the founder of Jim's Group. We require you to immediately cease and desist from the use of Jim's Group branding. In addition, we require that Jim no longer represents himself as Jim Penman, including the wearing of flannel shirts, floppy hats, and no longer sport a shit beard. We also reserve the right to launch Jim's portraits and Jim's boudoir photography. And we require you to acknowledge that you have no claim to this branding or to the provision of these services under the Jim's brand. And I should say, if you turn out to be the team behind Jim's gender transitions, Jim's Brazilian waxing, or Jim's Bikram yoga, we are coming for you.
Wow.
Wow. Jim's group in the chat.
Yeah. Represent.
Yeah. Look, send us that in writing and we'll get back to you next week.
Yeah. We'll get our people to get in touch.
We'll get Yeah.
And use code brand 10% off.
Yeah. If you're interested in a camera strap.
Yeah.
Wow. That's
there you go.
Yeah, that was
Sorry,
very
Greg,
impressive.
we were trying to listen, but that was
No,
Yeah,
it's okay. No, it's hard to trust
I
me.
mean,
get
when
it.
the general counsel from Jim's group is in the live chat of a photography podcast, you know you've made the big time.
I feel bad for speaking. All right, let's get to Brett Wood.
Yeah, okay. Brett Wood's episode was absolutely awesome. Highly recommend you guys give it a listen if you haven't yet. And the comments that have just been flying in on that episode. I'm just going to scan through a heap of them. I think Donna. No, I'm not even going to try that one. Really enjoyed this episode very much. Highly recommend Brett's workshops. You won't regret it. David Mascaro.
That should be a segment, Justin. You trying to read people's names.
It's fun. It actually, it's good. It's good for my learnings. David Mascaro, legend from San Francisco, says, wholeheartedly agree about people overthinking photography, which is probably why I shoot film mostly. I don't worry about being perfect. It becomes too much about the upgrades, firmware updates, pixels, etc. Just take the picture. Agree. I won't read out this entire comment from Andrew Connor, but gave me some awesome New Zealand tips. And because I asked about whether I should go above Christchurch when I go around the South Island of New Zealand on a road trip. And there were sort of mixed feelings about whether it's worth it or not. He said definitely do it, and I'll be putting all of these points into our map and checking them out. So thank you very much for that, Andrew Connor. Who else? Alan Williams, 2361, says you can't go wrong with one of Brett's workshops. You will certainly learn more about photography and have so much fun. Now waiting for my next one, which is going back to New Zealand, 5th New Zealand workshop. That's crazy. Wow. There's not much better testimonials than this. Like, people have jumped in the comments of this episode, and all the comments most of them are from people that have been on Brett's workshops and are just raving about them and booking more. So it sounds like if you want to go on a landscape workshop, don't look further than Brett Wood. At David Maltby, 2065, Brett is an amazing photographer and a really good teacher. I've done 2 workshops with Brett. This was a really good podcast. Thank you. Thank you. Gareth Davies, the photo where Brett is standing in the water is beautiful. The discussion about filters is useful. My landscape photography is boring and I really need to work on it. But before spending £360 on a Nissi kit, I need to get a RAID system. My backup system is starting to get too full. Oh, it sucks when your stuff gets filled up, doesn't it?
Never ending.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We might even do a segment in a future episode about storage, I think.
I think we should.
It's always been a bit of a problem. When you run a wedding business, it's a major problem. And I don't think we ever solved it, but you just keep doing your best.
No, it's not
just
solved.
Keeps filling up.
Still not solved.
Yeah.
It's
tons more. Gareth Davies, $1.99. Thank you. Enjoyed listening to the podcast today. Watching now to see the photos. Paul said, thanks, guys. Great episode. At Exist Photography by Jerry said, love the podcast with Brett Wood. I purchased a secondhand lens from him many, many years ago, and it's still a ripper. And also says, go see Vietnam, which I've done, and I would recommend to anyone as well. And otherwise, there was more. It was great. That'll do for that. Thanks for all the comments, everybody.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Should we
probably need to get to an actual segment.
That was the segment. That was viewer comments. We're getting through it.
Wow.
All right. We are... Oh, who's this? Eurobus. That's a new person. Where are you from? Or is this another spoof account? I can't tell anymore. Can't tell who's real and not real.
Out of hand.
Are you real? Where are you from? Eurobus. I'm going to New Zealand in 3 weeks. I'll be there at the same time. That's cool.
Yeah. Are you going over for the photography award thing as well? Because we've got a bunch of our friends are going too, like Bruce, Dennis is going to New Zealand all around the same time.
All right. Jim's group says, I expect to be included in the draw despite being in the process of serving a writ on you. You will be included in the draw, which we're about to do right now. This is your very, very last chance. If you're listening and you haven't commented in the live chat, comment now to go into the draw to win our $650 Lucky Straps prize pack.
And we will send it anywhere, guys.
Yeah, we'll send it anywhere in
send
the
it
world.
anywhere in the world.
I've got a StreamYard giveaway prize picker thing that's been doing the entries, and it'll just pick them at random. And then if it picks one of the Jim's photography accounts, I'll
and also probably any of the previous like guests, because they would already have a lucky strap. Is that right?
But no, because Dennis just said I'll come and light paint the prize in your factory, and that would be cool. So no, if Dennis wins, he gets it. Who knows? Maybe we'll do a backup draw if a previous guest wins it. All right, are we doing it? Does anyone want to get in? If you haven't entered already, get in.
Elena
This is your
wants
last
to go
chance.
to bed, so she wants you to do it.
Yeah, I saw that.
Please,
She said,
I'd like to go to bed.
I'd like to go to bed. All right,
Sorry, kiddo.
I'm doing it. I need like a I don't have a drum roll.
What
No,
have you
I got
got?
nothing.
Just play anything.
What have you got?
What is the point of it? That'll do.
The goat scream. All right, I'm doing it. We're hitting the draw. Here we go. Oh, I could have put this up on the
why don't you
screen.
put it on the
What?
It's too late.
Come on.
Hang on.
Right.
It's good.
We really
The
don't,
winner
Elena.
is John Pickett. Hang on, I'm going to bring it up on the screen because I can actually do it. But it still says, John Pickett, you have won. Look at this.
Waiting.
It does it. Yeah. Ta-da. John Pickett.
Hey, congratulations, John.
Congratulations.
Did you make that in Canva?
No, it went through everybody. I didn't realize I could stream it. I thought it would just say the name, but it actually like went and then slowed down and then went John Pickett, and then it had some fake fireworks and stuff. It actually looked really cool.
Next time.
But-
At 200.
You guys all have a second chance, and if you're listening back later, you still have a chance. Comment on the actual comments, but you have to do it after this episode. The ones down below the episode later on. So there's your second
So
chance.
John, email Justin.
Yeah, email justin@luckystraps.com.au, and then we'll somehow. Oh no, Elena's got it here. John, please email us at orders@luckystraps.com.au. She knows that then it'll actually get sorted because she'll take care of that, and Jim will take care of that.
David Clutterbuck is back. It's been I haven't seen him so far tonight, but he said John Pickett is a Nick Fletcher burner account.
I don't think
I
that's
can't
true.
tell anymore. I don't know.
I can't tell anymore.
Well, David Clutterbuck is definitely a Nick Fletcher burner account.
Yeah, that's right. So I wouldn't listen to whatever he's
Yeah, I
saying.
wouldn't trust him.
But let's just take a moment to congratulate John. So, John, just a reminder, you've won a Deluxe 45, a Lucky Straps leather camera strap, and you've also won a matching wrist strap.
Like
Yeah,
this one.
see there,
This is unreleased. Look at this.
Did
Like
you say it's going to
ninja
be customized though, Justin?
ninja basket weave.
Yeah, we can do personalization
How
on
do
both
we
straps.
customize that one though?
Well, not this one, but if they want this one, they can't have customization. But it's fine. We'll work it out.
Okay.
I just wanted to show a strap that we haven't released yet because it looks cool.
Yeah. So the two straps, you'll also get a Lucky Strap leather belt, and you'll get a Lucky Strap hoodie, Lucky Strap t-shirt. Yelena and Jim will take care of sizing and orders and the personalization of your straps because they are the Lucky Straps customer service team. They do everything, hands on.
Yep,
Yeah,
they're pros.
they are pros. So yeah, congratulations. And just a reminder that there is a second prize pack that's up for grabs. And as Justin said, make sure you leave a comment under the video after our live show and to go in the draw. And we will draw that next Monday night, 7:30 p.m. from 7:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time when the Random Photography Show starts.
Good question from Gareth. Do you sell the shirts? I can't find them on the site. We do, but I actually don't know if we sell this one. I got this as a one-off, but we are. So we do sell t-shirts. Just go to shop and then you'll see under there apparel. Sell the one Jim's wearing. Hang on.
He's found it.
Oh no, he's found it. He says, but yeah, I don't know if this color's on there, but there are some more colors coming soon. If you don't like the ones that you can see, yeah. So
Good to know.
we're working on some new ones, and we're going to do a camera life one too. But I just haven't figured out what to put on it yet. Need some suggestions. What do you guys think? What should be on the camera life merch?
Megapixels everywhere.
Yeah, I know.
Proudly brought to you by MyCock.
My cock photography.
Greg will put a Fuji. Greg will put a Fuji logo on it if he could.
Elena says, we'll take suggestions for colors. That's a good point. If you got a suggestion for colors of the Lucky Straps merch, let us know.
Yeah. Cobalt blue.
Oh, we should get the gyms. Should we do a t-shirt of some of the gyms?
We should. We should.
That'd be good.
Which one would you wear? Greg?
Which one? Oh, I like all of them. Boudoir. That's a good one.
Boudoir is pretty cool. I don't think anyone would get the joke though, except us.
No one would get the joke.
Doesn't matter.
Would you wear it though, Jim?
Maybe for BFOP.
I don't know.
Since I'm going
yeah. Yeah, you got to come across for a night, maybe just one night. So at BFOP, we're all staying in the same house, but Jim's got to go home for the Saturday. So you come up for the Saturday and just pretend you're Jim.
I can do that.
Yeah.
No one will know.
Or come up with me, drive back with me, then drive back with me. Then come home for a day.
That sounds terrible. I wouldn't do that.
Terrible idea.
Yeah.
All right. Gareth says the color I'm wearing is really nice. Yeah, I actually took a chance on it, and I do like this. I think we'll get this.
It's a good color. Yeah.
It's not like white gets dirty too easy. This isn't too bad, but
nice.
All right. Shall we move on to news and rumors?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Hey, smooth transition.
Getting better. All right. Do you want to lead us off? I'll bring it up and you tell me what you want to talk about.
Let's kick off with Canon's epic fail. Canon EOS R5 Mark II. And what was the other one? Was it the R3 or the R1?
R1. Just the two best cameras that they make.
The two flagship cameras, you think they would have tested this stuff a little more thoroughly, but apparently an oversized memory card threw them for a spin. So Canon released a firmware update for the R5 Mark II and the you said R1, Justin, the flagship?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was R1 as well.
Yeah. And they've since had to roll it back because they've found that it's shit. I think if you use a memory card over a certain size, it craps itself. You know, there's more to it, but in a nutshell, kind of embarrassing, I think, for a big brand, any brand, when they release firmware that kind of fails like this, or that has to be reverted, or it doesn't actually deliver on what it promises, or it generates new bugs. You know, it makes you question. You're spending, these are flagship bodies that you're spending big dollars on, and professionals are using them. You know, professionals whose career and income depends on it, like you guys. And you know, for firmware to go out and then have to be clawed back pretty quickly because a user found a problem, not the brand, that's pretty embarrassing.
It is. It is. But it's tough. It's tough though. It does happen. Oh, hang on. Yelena I was like, what is that? Yelena's like, someone pull that comment down so we can see Grant. I didn't realize he was hidden behind the comment that whole time. It'd be funny if he was just gone. It does happen. Lucinda says she won't stand for this Canon slander. Yeah, I agree. No, look, it happens. It does suck, and it would be much better if it never happens. But there is this kind of thing where some of the very smallest, hardest to test issues can not come out until it goes across everywhere. Usually those things get flagged as a bug for the next release, but this one must have been so bad that they pulled it straight away. So yeah, it does suck. It does happen. Be way better if it never happened, but yeah, here we are.
Indeed. So one of the firmware updates was to include security on the camera, and I wonder if they identified that this new version opened up a flaw in cameras in that kind of security side of things. That often is a reason to claw something back really quickly, because it could be something that could get them or a user into a lot of trouble. Because often brands will just let it ride and say, don't worry, we'll have a fix out within 24 hours or 48 hours. And they just leave the firmware as it is. But to actually claw it back is pretty significant.
Yeah. Lucinda's got a good point. Also, who's using 2 terabyte cards? Yeah. The problem is these are mine are 512s. So it's they're really big cards, but these are pro cameras though.
On the Q3.
If you're shooting, like raw video professionally, I could definitely see people using a 2 terabyte card, and they're exactly the sort of people that you don't want to piss off with firmware that malfunctions.
Yeah.
So,
and I can see videographers who are using an external monitor for their primary recording and then a backup to camera. That could be a big deal.
Yeah. So anyway, let's move on because Canon's great. Do you want to go to the other Canon? Let's just stay on the Canon theme for a minute.
Yeah, let's just ride the Canon train for a bit. Another interesting thing that came up. Anyone that watched one of our earlier random photography shows where we talked about the news, we talked about how, was it in in sort of entry-level enthusiast models, they introduced frame lines.
It wasn't enthusiast, but it was cropped. It was the
was the APS-C.
Yeah, the APS-C, like the better APS-C cameras, which are still not really pro, but they're actually the cameras that they're using. I believe they're using some of them at Mark Bluetooth's organization.
Oh, okay.
For
school
photos and stuff like that, because that's what the cropping guide was for. This paid feature that they've introduced.
Yeah, and I remember at the time we had a bit of a debate over the fact that for a bit of software on not a pro body that they were charging to add cropping frames when you look through the EVF or at the screen, which I think is pretty. I don't know. It's a bit dirty as far as I'm concerned. I think when someone releases a product like this, updates to continue to enhance the life of the product and its usability should come at the brand's expense, not the customers. The customer's already made an agreement with you to spend this much on this camera because it does this. And I think something simple like cropping guides, to charge for that just feels a bit dirty to me. But
it seems odd, but it also is weird that it requires a firmware update that has to be shipped back to Canon to do.
Yeah,
so
that's the other side of it.
And I'd love to talk to someone from Canon about it, and because they'll probably say, "Oh no, we actually have to do something that if a user did it, I don't know, 1 in 3 cameras would get bricked because there's a really specific way that we have to do it because of the way that I don't know." It does seem odd though. You would think it would just be a normal firmware update.
Or is it so that they can control it? Because if you put it out, like Grant could then just give it to you. Say Grant buys it, he gives it to you.
Well, why not just make it free? They can't be making enough money out of this. Like let's say, so as Nathan's saying here, he works with, I forget the name of the place. What's it called? Arthur Reed Photography. And so I don't know how many cameras they have that, like maybe they've got 10 cameras that needed this done. So maybe it's 1,500 Australian dollars, 2,000 Australian dollars, whatever it is. Like, that's some money, but to Canon, that's nothing. And there's not 1,000 or 2,000 Arthur Reed photos in Australia. There's, a handful of organizations that big. Oh, maybe there's more than that, but it's not, this isn't a business unit for them to get $120 from firmware for a limited use case thing. So it's like they would just make it free, I think, if they could. I think that is just to pay for it to go to
for a person to physically do something
exactly
for every individual camera, like get a Sharpie and paint and draw the frame lines on the sensor.
So it's odd.
It's really odd.
It's really odd.
And granted, in the first ones that they did were the APS-C, so not flagship bodies. So people may be able to do without their camera for a week or two while it gets sent off to be fixed or updated, which in itself just feels kind of weird, doesn't it? You've got to send it back into them. So it's clearly something that they can't put in a packet of data to actually tell the camera to change what its behavior is. They've got to physically change something. So it's interesting state. Interesting approach to updating a camera. It does it create more bad blood than it actually serves them well? Like does it?
Well, I would say I think there's got to be a reason that they do it. I agree. So maybe
on the consumer versus what they get out of it.
Well, maybe, but also if it's mainly only for these specialist use cases, and like Lucinda's saying here, for the sake of consistency, it's game changing for that application. They're probably just happy to have it, that it's available. And it's not like every other brand has it and they're charging for it. It's like, some other brands don't even have the option. So good night, Tim. Tim says good night. Thank you.
Tim.
Thanks for all the love.
Thanks for
Appreciate
joining us
it.
on our 100th episode.
Appreciate it.
All right. That's enough, Canon.
That's enough, Canon. I'll get to this in a sec. Dave Digifrog says, I sent you an email last week. I did see it. I haven't had a chance to reply to you or to test it on my camera, but I'm always whinging about the fact that there's not enough crop ratios on my Canons. And he said he's found a sub-menu, hidden menu that's allowed him to do a 5:4 crop. Did it allow you to do a panoramic crop of any type, Dave? I will get onto that. Maybe I'll even look at it on the show. I've got another, just to stay with Canon, Greg, I've got one that you didn't have on your list.
Yeah.
Canon's introduced a new speedlight, the EL1 V2, which costs more and offers less. Weaker power for $13.49.
Go Canon!
Look, I don't know what happened here. The speculation is that they had some issues with getting components for the original EL1, and so they've done like a bit of a refurb and called it a V2, but it hasn't changed really anything other than it having slightly less power, and it's a new model. But so anyway, it's kind of odd. I don't know who's still using speedlights from the original first party manufacturers, especially like this, because this $13.49, I didn't even know this was a thing.
That's US too, isn't it?
That's right. That's US. Yeah. So what's that? Wow. Almost $2,000 Australian.
Almost $2,000, yeah.
Who's buying this? What does it do?
It's crazy. Yeah.
It is crazy.
Fanboys and fangirls who just want to stick to brand, Canon lens, Canon body, Canon flash. Well,
John Pickett, it says here, Canon and flash have always been a bit wonky. No, so when they brought out the 600 RT, I don't know if anyone remembers, Canon had this RT series. It was the first time, Jim will possibly remember, because Jim used to use these optical Nikon speedlight transmitters that only worked if you could see them. So you were always... Infrared, yeah, but whatever. But you basically had to have them in line of sight of each other.
No, if they were optical, that would be great.
But and that was the other way to do it. But yeah, it was infrared so that it could do TTL and everything. But yeah, so Dennis is right. The 600 RT was a game changer for flash. It was an expensive system at the time, but I think they were about $600 for the flash at the time. You could get that flash head itself. The unit could control slave flashes, or you could get a transmitter unit. It was great, and then basically it got copied by Yongnuo. And then that opened the floodgates, and then Godox come along and yeah, exactly this one. John Pickett, I used the Yongnuo copy of the 600 RT, a lot cheaper. Exactly. Yeah. And so Canon really brought the wireless flash system into the world, and then it got copied by some of the Chinese brands, iterated on and made better, while Canon stuff just disappeared. And I don't know what happened. I don't know why this is $2,000. I don't know what it works with. I've never seen one. And I saw a comment somewhere. I don't know if it was under this or something, but someone just said this will only ever get used by rich dentists that don't know how to use their camera and are taking photos at a family birthday. And I was like, that is a rough comment, but potentially accurate. Yeah, I don't want to pick on dentists, because I bet you there's a lot of great dentists, photographers, but you just don't see these anymore.
Yeah.
No.
Anyway.
Yeah.
You don't think about buying like
first party
same flash. Yeah, the same flash brand as your camera. You think about buying.
Yeah. Have you used what did you buy recently? The
Godox V1 Pro.
Yeah. Have you used that on camera?
Yeah. Use it all the time.
Works fine.
Yeah, I'm still like I had a really good run with the SB910 and the D850. Yeah. But it's good. I'm happy.
Yeah. First party always seem to work better on camera than third party flashes. It seemed to do that TTL bounce flash stuff. It just seemed to expose more accurately. But yeah, it sort of got to the point now where I just wouldn't look at one of these unless I was doing like everyday event photography with an on-camera flash, maybe. But
Yeah,
even
but
then,
even then,
$2,000.
yeah. But imagine the
yeah,
Godox
no.
kit you could get for $2,000. Like you could get a
Hmm.
a trigger and a
fine.
couple of off-camera strobes. You could have light
Yeah.
stands,
Well,
soft boxes, everything in that price.
NP just says, geez, just get a Pro-Photo A10. Yeah, exactly. You can play in Pro-Photo world.
Yeah,
and
for
get
that price.
the coolest
money.
stuff. It's the Leica of lighting.
You could buy some Allen gear.
You
Work out
could.
some Allen
Yeah.
units of power.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Crazy price.
Yeah.
But we're seeing this more and more where the price of new camera gear is shocking. There's another example. Doesn't make sense.
Yep.
No.
But, oh well.
Okay.
What else we
Let's
got?
jump on some Leica news. Well, Leica accessory related news.
Is it a new shutter button?
No, it's not a $4,000 shutter button. But we've been talking a lot in recent episodes of the Camera Life podcast about cosplay cameras, about these cameras like the Fuji X-Half that's trying to replicate film analog kind of experiences and processes, the Pentax 17 with the half frame film camera, which was a really brave entry. No one else in the camera world at the moment is releasing new, other than obviously the Leicas and people like that, are releasing new film cameras, and pretty bold of Pentax. Was it Pentax or Ricoh? Same thing, isn't it? Ricoh?
Is it the same thing? I don't know.
Anyway, and like this company has released this kind of screen covering back for your Leica digital camera, specific models. The slots into the hot shoe, and it basically covers the screen, so it gives you a film-like approach, like you're shooting with an older Leica film body. It removes the screen. So Leica did release a camera last year where there was no screen; it was just the EVF, and that again was a cosplay camera because it was trying to replicate analog photo processes where you can't chimp on a screen when you don't have one. You just have to go with what you shoot.
I still disagree.
With what?
That it's a cosplay camera.
This or
No, the M11. Which one is it? The D.
with the
P.
no screen.
The no screen. I forget which model. I always forget which model number it is. The no screen, the original. I disagreed that was a cosplay camera because they didn't add a screen, as opposed to adding a feature that makes it feel like a film camera. They just omitted. They omit, and I know that's. It's like it's a. Depends on how you see it.
Yeah,
but I sort of personally see it as like, is it dressing up to be like a film camera, or did they just, because you can omit lots of features. You could remove certain features from a camera. You can not add video. You can, like, there's lots of things that cameras do to simplify the way that they shoot, and they just omitted the screen. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Depends on.
I guess when I say
cosplay,
I guess we're talking about that bracket of changing the way that we look at how we approach photography in a digital age, to have more of an analog mindset, and remove some of those distractions that digital photography brings into overcomplicating the process. Maybe that's better. Maybe cosplay. Yeah, you're right. But yeah, it's an interesting accessory. It's got a little battery indicator, but that's it. Plugs into the hot shoe. How much is it? I didn't see the price.
£40.
See, if you go and spend $10,000 on a Leica.
No, because it's not. Yeah, Bruce says someone will measure it and just print a cover for it for like $2 and save $2,000. It's not a Leica. It's not a Leica accessory. It's made by this PPP cameras.com. So it's $40. It's like you wouldn't bother. But it is. I guess it is just a piece of plastic, but it's got the texture on it. I mean, it's a clever idea. You can do it with. We've done it before with tape. Tape works. Taping a bit of cardboard works. If you've got the flippy screen on a Canon, you just flip the screen around. That works. So it depends.
Not but with an EVF though now.
Hey?
You get image review through your, like...
You can turn that off.
True.
You can. But it's just interesting that clearly there's a market for it. Granted, it's a Temu market, but there is a market for it where people don't want that distraction. So, you know, yeah.
Or
Anyway.
or that someone's just seen that Leica people will waste money on things. So
Yeah, that too.
you know, make something cheap, sell it to them.
But
for
they
$40.
should have priced it at like $400, and then Leica people would have really bought it.
Or Sony people with those new RX1R. They didn't have any of those accessories at FRMEFEST. David says duct tape over the screen works well. And Dennis says, I'll go one step better. I just close my eyes. Hardcore.
Ooh.
Exactly.
Just use
real
the force.
analog. Just don't look.
Don't look.
Yeah, Greg Stubbings. Hey, Greg says, get a Nikon ZF. You can turn the screen to face the camera. Exactly. Yeah, same with the Canons, although I don't like those flippies, but anyway.
Yeah, the flippies. Well, Fuji did it with their X Pro 3, but it was just a flip down screen. So
yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, and on the back of it had that little e-reader panel for the film sim.
I enjoyed that implementation of a flippy screen for a stills focus camera. The way that its native position was not flipped out. I thought that was pretty clever. That was a good way to be a hybrid between this style of thing and a standard camera.
Yeah.
All right. What else we got?
The only other bit of news is CP Plus is happening again in 2020 at the start of 2026 between the February 26th and March 1st. I think it's in Yokohama again. Pretty sure it is the same. I should have read that, shouldn't I? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. From what I looked at, it is in Yokohama still. So yeah, a lot of big announcements came out of this one this year.
Are we going?
Yeah, it's a good question.
We're booking a booth.
Are we going? Hey, look, you can tell the internet. I've been looking for a new office chair, so the internet's coming at me.
Sash just that one in the middle, the green one. Sash just bought that one.
Is it any good?
Yeah, it's really nice.
Velvet.
Okay.
That looks like our other ones.
It's the same, but it's not leather.
Yeah, it's like what do you call it? Velvet? Yeah, it's like velvet.
You want leather.
I know, but the ones that we've got, they're leather on the top and it's not leather on the side.
It's been 10 years, Justin.
First world problem, Justin. Just get a chair.
Mine's all skanky on the edge.
Oof.
Anyway, maybe we'll go. So Feb 26 to March 1.
Yep.
Yeah.
Stay tuned, folks.
I can make it.
Oh, really? You can't snowboard though, but you can come shopping with Sash and I.
Prime time.
We might be there.
We might.
Let me. Oh, Dennis. Dennis's Photo Kina was rad. Missed that show. These huge trade shows are so much fun. You going to go to CP Plus, Dennis? It'd be fun. We could have a party.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to whip through some other news really, really fast that's not on our list. One of them, Exy. I can't find it. There was a new film released. I don't know enough about it. Exy mentioned it back.
The new Harmon film?
Yeah, the new Harmon film. Yeah. I don't know much about it, so I can't really say much about it. I'll see if I can find it. So first of all, we've got DJI Osmo possibly releasing a 360 camera to compete against the Insta360 X5 and the upcoming GoPro Max 2, which they haven't updated their Max 1 for years, but there's apparently one of them coming. So there might end up being 3 360, like there's other ones in the market, but the Insta360 X range has dominated the market for the last few years. But this one is apparently going to have a big 1-inch sensor, which seems crazy. I don't know if that'll be true. With 120 megapixel image capture for like a full 360 image, which is also very cool. Yes, Dennis is onto it. That DJI will be so sick. Low light beast, exactly. If it is actually a 1-inch sensor, it's going to do really well in low light. It's also going to pair with the DJI mics, although apparently they're releasing a DJI Mic 3 to make my DJI Mic 2s no longer up to date. So if it doesn't if it's not backwards compatible with my DJI Mic 2s, I'll be pissed. But
surely it will be.
DJI has really good mic pairing, and just so I use the Osmo Pocket 3. I just open it up, turned on, and it just pairs with the mic instantly, and you can just start using it straight away. That works with the DJI Osmo Action as well. So if they do that, Dennis says the new mic is tiny. Bruce says Insta is good, but low light would be really welcome. Yeah, the X5 is good, but I think they could update the low light. If Insta 360 take it to that next level, this could be the camera to get. Greg Carrick says this segment goes really well with the techno I'm playing on the radio. Greg Carrick does a local radio show at this time of night. So he's cranking the tunes. So anyway, so that's apparently coming July 29th. We'll stay tuned and see. I'm pretty excited. DJI, they make good stuff. They really do. They just keep pushing hard. I know they are just competing against other people. You know, Insta360 have been doing it for a while, but
GoPro
and GoPro
in the action camera market, just in general,
even in 360. If they can level it up and push the other guys, that's even better for us.
Although I did briefly, when I was looking at the news, I kind of skimmed over it, but I did briefly see something about the Americans are going hard on DJI again. The Congress wants to bring forward the investigation to whether DJI is actually just using all of these accessories and cameras and drones to spy.
I mean, that'd be pretty crazy if if they've pulled that off. Or if one day that just all the drones just fly out of people's camera bags and just take off and swarm.
If they've done that, then good on them. They deserve to take over the country. Like, you know, you've reached the peak of technology if you can do that. But seriously, American lawmakers tend to hook into things like this, like they did with TikTok. They were so obsessed with TikTok being a Chinese communist platform that they would hear nothing else from, no matter what the professionals and the experts said. So yeah, we'll wait and see what happens with DJI in the US. But you know, these products, they're pushing boundaries, which is wonderful. It's what we want.
Yeah, they're pretty good. And Rick Nelson says the replaceable lens on the Insta360 X5 is the best. So hopefully the competition will follow suit. That'll be interesting to see if they're up with that or if it'll take them a few iterations to catch up. Because that was a big deal. Scratch a lens on a 360 camera and it's basically a throwaway. So yeah. Okay. What else? I've got this one I know nothing about. I just saw it. Rolly's cheap and odd new compact camera has 2 built-in lenses. No,
it's just one. I can see the picture. It's just one. I can see the picture.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal is. It was released the same week as the RX1R Mark III, so no one cared.
I didn't hear anything about it.
Yeah, where are we? The camera, the PowerFlex X8 dual lens 64 megapixel digital camera with 5K.
64.
That's what it says.
It's big.
8x optical zoom on the front like a traditional camera lens and a small little selfie lens on the back.
I wonder if that's what it was.
Where the EVF might otherwise go, ensuring users can easily capture selfies with the aid of the rear screen.
You can see it there.
Yeah.
Ta-da.
But, I can see my parents buying a camera like this, and then every photo that they post will be my dad doing this. They're always using the selfie camera. Sorry, didn't work out. But
just put a flip out screen on it.
Yeah, it's a flip out screen seems like it would make better sense to use the actual main camera.
Yeah.
All right, I'm not going to drag you guys through this too much. I don't know much about it. We'll keep an eye out. It looks like a pretty cheap. They're saying it's going to be around $350 US. I can't imagine it'll be a great camera, but hey, if it provides decent image quality and great selfies, then more power to them.
And how are they pulling off 64 megapixels? It must be like one of those sort of, where it stacks them.
No, it might just be a very small lens, very small sensor.
Yeah, I guess.
It doesn't say. I can't see it. Anyway, moving on.
We'll stay tuned on it, yep.
Harman Phoenix 2 film review, Crunchy Pastels. Is this the new one? Harman Phoenix?
Yes,
is that the new one that XU was talking about?
I think it is.
I got the right one. Apparently it's a wild experimental film while it's possible to get some relatively normal looking photos out of it, it could start to run away from you pretty quickly. I don't know. I haven't seen much about this either. I'm really just reading news that I haven't actually looked into because Exy asked me to. It does look pretty crazy. Look, a cat and a man and a petrol pump.
What's he got?
Beautiful. What sort of camera?
Yeah.
And no idea. Anyway, I'll look more into that. Maybe we'll talk about it next week. Exy. That'll probably do. Oh, one quick one, just a public service announcement, because I saw this in the bike world. Beware of fake Leica stores promising massive discounts. If you see a branded camera store that looks like one that you would normally trust, but everything is 50%, 80% off or whatever on a brand that you normally wouldn't see that from, be very careful. It's probably a rip-off site. I saw multiple ones advertising on Facebook for Canyon bikes. That's a bike brand. That you could tell, if you know websites, you could tell it wasn't the official website, but it was all the official product photos. But everything was like discounted by 70% off, and it just said like clearance sale or whatever, mid-year clearance, grab a deal. And I reported it on Facebook, and then I still saw the ads for the next 2 or 3 days. So Facebook isn't quick enough to bring these things down. So do not buy a Leica for $2,000. It's not real.
Yeah.
You'll get nothing.
You'll get nothing.
Empty bank account.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
There's the news, folks. Let's jump into FRMEFEST. Let's get a bit of a rundown, Justin.
Yeah. Hang on. Bring up
Play
my
the jingle.
thing. I gotta find my photos. I'll do a bit of a presentation. Although I don't want to cover Grant for too much of it. You doing all right down there, Grant?
Yeah, I'm just not up to date with news and rumors, so it was interesting.
Oh, you've come to the right place, mate. We're here for you.
You were just listening. David Mascara says, my friend fell for that last week. $800 gone. Really, David? Was it a Leica one? What did they tell you what brand it was? Damn, that sucks. Yeah, if it's too good to be true, it probably is. Don't do it.
Yeah. I noticed some of the big banks here in Australia have just announced some new measures for fraud security. Doesn't relate to this particularly, but it is a growing problem. And, you know, my parents have been stung a few times with these sorts of offers and stuff. And apparently, the banks are sort of trying to get ahead of all that fraud.
I'm pretty sure in the UK, I might be wrong here, but in the UK, apparently, this is kind of different to an online scam, slightly. But in the UK, if it's bank fraud, the bank actually has to refund you the money. In Australia, the banks are pushing back on that because they're like, hey, it's not our problem. But the theory is, if the banks have to foot the bill, the banks are going to push way harder to stop the scams, whereas the general population doesn't have the resources to try and stop this stuff. But large banks might be able to implement more protections and things. I don't know. It's an interesting thought, but in the UK, apparently, if you get ripped off and it can be proven that it was like a genuine scam, someone took the money, it gets refunded. So interesting.
I've had money refunded by the bank. Like when my card, you get a message saying, oh, your card, there's transactions that are weird. And they've taken out, I had one that took out $2,000 out of my credit card, but the bank put it back.
Yep. That's cool.
It was a stressful 72 hours, but they eventually, they paid it back, which is nice.
Yeah. I think it depends on how it was taken, I guess.
Yeah.
And credit cards are often a measure of security more than a direct transfer. That if you get tricked into transferring to someone, you're basically screwed.
Yeah.
Be unlucky,
because it's your money, not the bank's money.
And you transferred it.
You took control of it.
David Mascaro says, I believe it was through eBay, and he's fighting that now. Hopefully he gets it back.
Yep.
Greg Carrick says, banks don't like others ripping people off more than they do.
Yeah, it's a fair point.
Good point. That could be our money.
Yeah.
Okay, let me tell you guys about FRMEFEST. So I went to FRMEFEST on the weekend in Sydney. It was the first ever FRMEFEST. And what is FRMEFEST? You old people like me may ask. It was a creator festival for. It was labeled as a creator festival of all image type, photography, videography, influencers, all that kind of stuff. And I have to admit, I was a bit skeptical of what it was going to be like. That all the branding was very much like it was going to be a bunch of TikTokers and stuff. I don't know. I don't know what I was expecting. But I have to say, for a first year of running it, because it was their first time, I was pretty impressed. It was at Carriage Works in Sydney, which is this big old building in the train yards. It's huge. Walked in, there was a bunch of people there straight up on the Saturday. Usually these things can take a little bit of time to get going, but I think because they advertised the schedule, it was basically a main stage with a heap of talks and then a bunch of like smaller, what would you call them? Like workshops and brand activations around the whole place. So obviously all the big brands.
Yep, they were all
yeah,
there.
all of them. Like it wasn't. But most of the big brands are there.
Yeah.
Most of the big brands were there. Canon was the main partner. But then, Nikon, Fujifilm both had massive presences. Sony was there. So most of them had a sort of like a formal stall and then also a secondary pop-up like photo workshop or active space. I'll talk you through it. Let's have a look at some photos. And it was pretty cool. So this is the main stage. A lot of the guys from the guys and girls that worked with, this guy, I think, his name, general manager of Fujifilm in Australia or whatever.
Oh, I've spoken to him.
Greg's mate. Of course you have.
He sends me a check every week.
So hang on. John Pickett says here, did anyone hit a camera with a sledgehammer though? No, it is very different to the Bright Festival of Photography. Very different. Yeah. Let me just get back over here. Hang on. So there was a good crowd. So this was the crowd at the main stage for a lot of the talks. For some of the bigger people that talked on the main stage, there was people standing all the way around. So it definitely
it's a massive space.
It's a big space, huge. Yeah. The downside of the space was the sound kind of sucked. Yeah. They had multiple stages going at once. There was actually a stage right next door to this. Oh, see you, Dennis. Dennis has got to go, guys. Waking up at 3:30. Crazy. See you soon. Congratulations on 100. You deserve every single bit of love coming your way. Enjoy the photo I sent. Peace. Thanks, Dennis.
Thanks, brother.
Oh, I've still got to get to the photos. If you have to go to bed, Grant or Jim, just let us just let us know. Head off anytime.
I'll stay for the photos.
Okay.
Good on you, mate.
We'll get it.
We'll get there in the next hour, maybe.
Maybe two. It's gonna be a late one. So main stage talks. They had panels of creators and stuff. Most of the people talking generally were photographers and videographers or other creators that had pretty big followings. That was generally the feel. It was, there was a guy that gave a talk. He had 3 million YouTube subscribers, and then there was lots of people with 1 million Instagram followers or whatever, and that kind of stuff. And they all were great at what they did, but it definitely seemed like that was kind of the crowd that they were going after for their presenters.
So mostly younger people?
Mostly. On the main stage, yeah, I think mostly. Yeah. I'm trying to remember.
Like youth photography influencers.
Yes. Yeah. But also like legit cinematographers. Like it wasn't just, influence can get thrown around a little bit as like or they're just influencers. No, all these people were great at what they did, but they were great at what they did and they had a big following as well, if that makes sense.
Show-offs.
Show-offs, yeah. So this was the other side. So on the left-hand side of this wall is the other main room. And out here was like some food trucks. And then like way down the back, you can see even more like stuff going on. There's like an editing station down here. There was quite a bit of action. They had things set up like this where they were filming so like live music and showing people how they would set up lighting and set up the cameras and stuff like that. I think that one was ran by Lumix, maybe. I've lost track. This was a Lumix stand. And Lumix had a coffee thing on their stand that had one of the biggest lines just for the coffee.
Clever.
That was the back of the Lumix stand. This was the Canon stand, which was clever. They did a box, and inside the box, you didn't know what was in there. And it had a line about that big most of the weekend to get in there.
Yeah.
And you know I'm a Canon fan. I was stubborn. I did not go in there until there was no line. I was like, dude, there is no way I was lining up to find out what was in the box. Turns out I wasn't really paying attention. So in the box was their cameras were all laid out on this cool digital wall display thing. They had the people in there, like the people that we had at BFOP, Greg, that will loan out gear. So all the brands were loaning gear out.
Yep.
So that you could walk around the venue with. So you could just go in there and say, I want to try this lens. They had like colored zip ties on them, so they knew, who had what lenses and all that kind of stuff, and they could see them walking around the venue. But yeah, you could just borrow lenses and go and shoot with them, test them.
That's cool.
Which was very cool. So it had that. I think all the brands did it. I know Fujifilm definitely had a ton. Canon had a ton. Nikon had a ton. Don't know who else. But those ones definitely had a heap of loan gear. Anyway, the line was massive. Turns out, so these were the guys giving out the loans. But what most of the people were lining up for were actually these camera wrist strap things that you can personalize with your own patches.
Yeah.
I don't want to pick on Canon too much because they have been wonderful to us, but this was a bit creatory. This was really leaning into, I think, what they thought the vibe of the festival was going to be. So there were colors, pink and stuff, and then
are
you're
they
like
plastic rings or metal rings?
Metal, I'm pretty sure.
Okay,
I don't know. They were
white. They
I'm
don't
not
look
sure.
very secure.
They don't look very Canon-y, do they? Like at least
No, they were
at least
very
on brand.
Yeah, they were very. It was interesting to see. It made sense for some of the very small cameras that and it was a bit sort of fun, but anyway, definitely not my style.
Novelty.
Bit
Did
of a
you get
novelty, exactly.
Yeah.
No, I didn't get one.
You did, didn't you?
But I think they were kind of leaning into that side of things. And honestly, the demographic, there was tons of young people there, which was really good to see. It was good to see the industry is alive and there are a lot of people getting into the industry. But there was people right through to older demographics that were there, which just showed me that even though they marketed this as a creator festival, people want photography in-person festivals and videography.
Yeah.
They want to go and see the brands. They want trade shows. They want workshops because there were people there right into their 60s and 70s cruising around with cameras. So it wasn't just like this is for young influencers for them. But I think the marketing was that to begin with. And I think that maybe they'll even recalibrate next year. I don't know. I'll be interested.
Yeah. This is the first one, yeah?
Yeah, this is the very first one. And I think I think my theory is the young people went there because it was marketed as a creative festival.
Yeah.
And the older demographic went there anyway because they knew it was a photography and videography festival that lots of brands were coming to. And there was lots of good workshops and stuff there.
Yeah.
I don't think the kids would have gone if it was just a photography and videography festival.
Yeah.
No, that's a fair point.
They went because it was a creator festival.
Yeah. And we've seen recently all the brands are trying to hit up the creator market. They're trying to get into different demographics, including younger people, younger photographers. So it's great to see that they're actually catering to that crowd, but also, equally great to see that, people like us just went anyway, or people, our age group and older still are going to these things. And I think when you step back from it, it also shows that there's actually a demand for this sort of thing again. You know, we used to have these festivals every year before COVID.
Yeah. I think people want them back.
Huge.
Yeah.
Bruce Moyle says, how much was it to go? It was $300 for the 2 days, which I've thought about this a lot. There was some specials. They ran an early bird special, and then they also ran a 50% off special closer to it. And I think, I don't know. I think it's priced, if you paid $300 for it, I don't know how you would have felt about what you got out of it. Don't get me wrong, there were some great talks and some cool workshops, but when I go through more of the pictures, I'll tell you more of my thoughts about that. So I'm just not sure if that's where it sits or if it's more of a $150 thing. Like when you compare it to what you get at BFOP for $500, it's definitely not in that level of engagement and learning. It's definitely more of a trade show with some extra stuff rather than something that you're really going to come away with a heap of learnings from. I don't know. Anyway, Jim Strap Storage says, I might have some of those in the garage shed, in the storage shed. Let me check. Jim Strap Storage. That's a good one.
That's a great one.
That's a good one. Whoever come up with that one.
Did you see any lucky straps in the wild?
Oh, yeah. I did. Yeah. I think not a ton. I looked at that too. I was like, oh, we definitely, we've got some work to do to get in front of all these people. But I saw a handful or more of people just rocking around with their lucky straps, which was pretty cool.
Talk to any of them?
I don't think I talked to any of them. There was a lot going on. I'll go through some more pictures. I'll show you. So this is the Canon wall. As cool as this is, though, that you could go and like press a button for each camera and it would highlight that camera and then play footage that was taken on that camera. Very cool, but not very hands-on because you couldn't pick the cameras up and stuff. It was kind of like more impressive than it was functional for really learning about the product. Don't tell Canon that I criticize their stuff. So they had these editing workshops with editing stations, but I didn't actually see any of the stations get used, but there was a lot of people watching. So this guy's presenting.
Because I was going to say they're all turned off.
So I think they were supposed to be there so that you could edit like alongside and do stuff, but I didn't actually see that happening. I don't know if I missed it or what. Fujifilm did a great job. So Canon had the box and then they had another stage. Fujifilm they were everywhere. They had this big green space. They had, which our friend Andrew Hall was in there, giving out cameras to everybody. They had like lizards and stuff in here that people could take photos of.
That's cool.
Some other cool stuff. So yeah.
Oh yeah.
There was all sorts of sort of little things that people could shoot. Yeah, there he is with the GFX 100 RF. Boom. Fun fact. So I was chatting to him about our camera straps, which he loves. And interestingly, because Andrew Hall has dexterity problems, you can see the braces, special gloves that he's wearing on his hands there. He said that our quick release system is one of the only ones that he's been able to use because he can't use the Peak Design system because it takes too much pressure to push down to release it. I thought that was, anyway, it was super interesting. I should have recorded that conversation I had with him because I worried that ours were maybe more fiddly. He said, no, way less fiddly.
Yeah.
So it was very interesting. He said I need to get him to film him while he explains that story again because I was pretty stoked. Come away feeling very proud of myself and us as a team.
That's good.
So Fujifilm had a great presence. They were everywhere. Their stand was busy. Sony had a stand there. It was good. It was busy too, but it was smaller. So they didn't have as much space. Oh no,
Adrian,
you missed the first giveaway, but you can still get in for the second giveaway. It says at the Camera Life, what's the giveaway? So we gave away $650 worth of lucky strap stuff, leather camera strap, wrist strap. But you can still enter after this show is over. Jump in the comments down below, not the live chat, but the actual normal YouTube comments. Comment anything you want. Tell us why you deserve a $650 prize pack of lucky strap stuff. and we'll draw it next week and let you know if you won. Okay. So, yeah, Sony booth. Oh, the Sony had the RX1R Mark III on the booth.
Gosh, it's tiny.
It's small. Smaller than I thought. Impressively small. It is smaller than the Q3 by quite a margin.
Yeah, you can tell.
Not a margin that matters. It's hard to explain. It's like it is smaller and lighter, definitely. Would it make me carry it more places than the Q3? Probably not. But it is smaller, and that would be hard to do. Like, it is tiny, and light, and they've obviously had to. Like, they were explaining that the lens goes almost all the way to the back of the camera. Like this isn't a good photo to show you, but I should have done top down. But like that is the marking there.
Yeah.
What do you call it? The sensor plane. So, and then there's only like a mil or two between the rear element and the sensor. So they've really maximized. Yeah. And it felt great in the hand as well. Like, it was comfortable to hold. I was surprised. It doesn't need the rip-off thumb grip for $450 or whatever it is. You don't actually need it. But it still is, has no flippy screen. The EVF is really low res. It doesn't have IBIS.
10-year-old lens.
10-year-old lens. I don't know if that matters. The autofocus seems snappy, but I couldn't test it properly.
It matters for the price. You can't charge a premium and expect people to take a 10-year-old piece of glass, given how far camera lens technology has come since then. That price tag warrants a little effort, I think. And I review, I'm not just being I'm shouting at clouds. Like, I review cameras. That's my job. And I think for that price tag, it's unfair to ask people to pay premium for something that could be faster and sharper. Potentially. But we won't know because they didn't bother trying. So,
Greg Carrick says, is it weather resistant? No one knows. We're assuming it is not, because they did not say it was weather resistant. So everyone's had to assume that it is not, because we think they would have said it otherwise.
Yeah. This is a prototype. They still haven't even finished designing it. They're taking orders.
No. Yeah, they're taking orders. I also heard the price was $7,999 in Australia, not $8 as originally reported. So I'm not sure. There's a bit of confusion around it. It was cool to see it in hand. In hand made me more impressed with it than I was when we were on the show the other day. I still don't think it's an amazing camera to release. I think they could have done something more impressive after waiting 10 years.
Yeah.
But
that eye cup sticks out, doesn't it?
It does, but it makes it very comfortable, and apparently you can take that off. It's probably the best photo I've got it. You can take that off if you want to shoot with it without the eye cup. So you have the option, but the eye cup does make it way nicer to shoot with. It just sticks out the back.
Yeah.
This is a good example of what was negative about the festival. So if this is a workshop that's being ran, they were often like this, where you've got people all leaning over each other to try to get a shot or to try something. It wasn't always the case. I'll go through a few. So this is the Sony booth. That was just some stuff they were doing on the other side with cinema. This is our friend of the show and guest Samantha Olsen checking out Fujifilm cameras, even though she shoots with Nikon.
Sam.
This is one of the other Fujifilm setups. This was in the other room. They were everywhere. And this was the YouTuber that had 3 million followers giving a talk about how to be a better public speaker, and a heap of the Fuji people are in the front row taking notes, including the big dog there on the end that Greg, that gives you money.
Yeah.
So they had these booths everywhere. They had a lot of presence, and all the Fujifilm people were wearing green shirts, and it really
green-blooded is their new. Green-blooded is their new kind of slogan.
Yeah, the green shirts really made them present. You knew who you could ask for something about Fujifilm, and it also made them look like they were everywhere because all the other brands were wearing black.
Yeah. That's clever, isn't it? Simple.
Oh, yeah. Exy says, just get the GFX100 RF. I had that in my hand for a little while. It feels great in the hand. that's a lot bigger than the Q3, but it feels very comfortable to hold. The buttons and dials are all in the right place. That was,
Why don't you get
pretty
that
cool.
and the 100 to 500 so you can unbox them next week?
F you, Jim. What else? So another more Fujifilm stuff everywhere. Bruce Moore says they're lizard people. Yes.
Lizard people.
Yeah, they run the world. Nikon had this cool setup. They had a full boxing ring in there.
Oh, let's put it on.
It was very cool. So they were doing these workshops where you could get in there with the two fighters and sort of get shots from different POVs and stuff like that and direct them if you wanted to. It looked really cool. It was, I really liked that setup. They did a good job.
Were they actually punching each other?
No, they were like sparring. They were sweating though. Like they were putting in some work, those guys. This was these down the front. These were all the people that were like cycling through. And they were doing work.
Did you see Julie?
No, she wasn't there. I don't think she's in Australia at the moment. I saw the other guy that we met at BFOP, Ross, I think. So they had these cool cars there. Tons of people taking photos of the cars. I think they were doing fake rolling shots and stuff and teaching people how to do that. So they were running. This is a workshop. Oh, sorry, that's back to Nikon. So she's in there getting shots and directing the fighter so she could piece together a little reel or something. So you shoot one, shoot the other, shoot both, that kind of thing. I think they were helping teach that sort of stuff. That was Nikon's Lone Gear. Nikon's booth with their Nikon Grabs like ball thing. I don't know what you got out of that, but lots of people lined up to, play with that.
Yep.
Oh, fun.
So you can see that's what some of the workshops were like as well. Just like that was kind of the setup. There'd be some seats, some standing room. Hard to hear because there's a workshop running here. There might be running, over there. There's a main stage talk happening. There's another one, and it's an echoey room. It was often quite hard to hear what was going on. So it was definitely not something of the best environment to learn stuff in.
Mm.
Yeah.
But, hopefully they learn from that and it's a great space too. Like it's a gorgeous, huge space. That's what you kind of need for that sort of festival. But, maybe something like a better insulated conference center is what they need to do next time.
No, it does look really cool. I just think that maybe better planning of who goes when or something. I'm not sure. They did run late on some things, so then there was crossover that wasn't planned. Yeah.
That's good.
Lumix had a portrait setup with Julia Trotty that was really popular. Fujifilm's Wall of Joy, just another Fujifilm. They were just all over the place. Camera House had a big marketplace there. I think supported by multiple Camera House stores from Sydney, and it was busy the whole time. People were buying stuff and ordering non-branded, Godox flashes as far as the eye can see.
Yeah.
No Canon speedlights in there. So
I remember the days when no one sold Godox in stores, and there was only one little shop in Melbourne. This guy that imported them, and it was just this little Richmond kind of dodgy looking shop, and I was like, this can't be where you buy Godox, and it was. This guy imported all the Godox stuff.
Yeah, it was pretty under the radar for quite a while.
Yeah,
when we got it was fairly new and hard to get. We used to order it off like international weird stores and shit like that.
Hope for the best.
Even like Black Magic were there. Our future podcast setup at the Canon booth. They had the Pod Lab running, which was pretty cool. So Canon had this whole setup set as ran by a couple of podcast studios, and they were just constantly doing talks about the different levels of gear you could use to get into podcasting.
Cool.
In-person podcasts and stuff. It was good.
Grant
not
some
super
notes. He's got
in-depth.
some green plants in the background.
Yeah.
The green plants.
It's funny because this one had the same. They both had like the ferns.
Between two ferns.
Between two ferns. I was like, has anyone else seen that? Yeah.
I love it. It's so well done.
Yeah. So there was a lot in it. This was Kate Cornish running a Canon cinema workshop. This was one of the last things that I watched. And basically, they simulated what it was like to do a full scene in a basic way, but for cinema. So where they blocked it out, and they had these two actors. They set them up. They lit them. They had most of the scene lit, but they just like changed the lighting to suit each shot. But they did, the establishing shot, the two shot, and then the over the shoulder from each side shot. They got them to repeat the scene each time, and they showed us how focus pulling works, and all that kind of stuff that they do on like a cine or television. Because Kate's directed multiple television shows and films and stuff like that. Sorry, not directed. She's a director of photography, a DOP. Yeah. So it was really cool, and they were using these cool cameras and doing cool stuff with big cine lenses, and it was fun to watch. And that was a shot of someone standing next to a big Canon camera, and I thought it was funny. And that's it. So
Nice.
So yeah, it was worth going to. I'm interested to see what they do next year. I assume they're going to consider it a success. I would consider it a success for the first year, but there's questions in my mind as to what would the tickets be worth, and what did people come away from the weekend with other than that kind of trade show vibe with a little bit of extra learning. I don't know. I'd be interested to see what other people thought.
Yeah. Very cool. Do you think there's space there for Lucky Straps in some way?
Based on who was there, we couldn't afford it.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, there was, like the smallest booths there were like, there's a group that do like the Shimoda bags, the Tenba bags, tripods. That group were there. They had one of the smaller booths. And I doubt it. But anyway, we'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Cool. Shit.
Dennis says he's in bed sneaky watching with his undies on. I'm glad they're on, Dennis. That's good.
I just got a visual. I don't know why.
Yeah. Nathan says, did any of you go to the Digi show that they used to have at Jeff Shed in Melbourne pre-COVID?
Yep. I went to one, I think it was 2013 or maybe 2012. Bought my first Canon DSLR. And that was when I got back into digital photography. I went to that. My sister took me to the show. It's a longer story, and we don't have time for it tonight. But in essence, I had a big loss in my life. I needed focus. My sister took me to this show. I walked out with a camera in my hand. And I've been doing photography ever since. So, I miss those big shows.
Okay. So the big shows they're important. I think it's good that one's making a comeback, and maybe we'll see something in Melbourne. Maybe a different style, but based on this, I think we're going to see more of this stuff before we see less. Like more of this, they'll push it as a creator conference. I think all the brands are really cognizant that they need to get young people into photography, and so that there isn't just this missing gap generation of people that don't want to buy any cameras.
Because you get them young, you got them for life.
Yeah, but hopefully they're going to still cater to everybody and not push too hard into that world and leave us old people nowhere, because we're all old now.
Yeah. No, it would be good to see more trade shows. Fujifilm used to do one before COVID. It was called People with Cameras, Leader Pros, who used to work in Charlie's role, I think. He ran it for like 2 or 3 years, and it was great, huge, big success. And then COVID hit and it all disappeared.
Yeah.
So anyway,
we better get to the people's photos.
Yes,
you got a lot of emails, and
I know. I'm so Greg, quickly do what's in the box so I can try and hang on. Let me press the button.
Got a box. Me,
nice
finally, box. Not Justin. Someone else got some things. So we're going to do an unboxing, and I haven't got my long nails on. No, it's my brand new Japanese craft. It's a brand new Japanese.
Shiv. It looks like a shiv.
It's a Damascus steel blade, and it is a shiv.
Yeah, handcrafted in prison.
South Yarra's a dark neighborhood. All right. I just got it this week, so I'm very excited by that. So what do we got? We got a little box.
How did you unbox that box?
I chewed it. Got a little Fujifilm House of Photography. So House of Photography is the Fujifilm store in Sydney. For years, Fujifilm was lacking an online presence and a store. They finally got one, and now you can walk in and buy cameras, or you can buy their cameras directly from them and avoid retail. So look. Oh, can I have the big screen, please, boss?
Yeah, sorry.
Why would you need such a big screen for such a small camera?
What's up in
Look
there?
at the boxes. Oh, shit. I'm not going to be able to get it out.
It's like,
I'm new
Just
at this.
shiv
I'm going to shiv it. Thank you, Fujifilm, for packing it in so perfectly. We've got a brand new Fujifilm XF 30mm f2.8 with a aperture ring, linear motor focusing system, weather resistant macro lens. So yeah, and it will be tiny. Now, the reason why I bought this lens is because as part of my role doing product reviews, like camera reviews and lens reviews and gear reviews, I often do all my own product shots. I don't use the shots that are sent by the brand. So the brand will send a media kit, and it will have like a Dropbox link, and that goes out to all the reviewers. And most people will just dump basically what the brand has written into their review and the images. I don't do that. I do all my own text and all my own images. So the box has the user manual, which is slowly being phased out. It's got a little cloth bag. And here's my lens. Look at it. It's tiny.
it's not very small. It's pretty big.
It's not the
Maybe we
size.
should get Mike Hock on to do a comparison. So yeah, there it is. My little macro lens. It's got a tiny little element at the front.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is so I want crisper, sharper product shots. I went for a 30mm because I'm not doing jewelry and insects to fill the frame. I think it's only a 1:2 ratio from memory.
Excuse me.
Sorry, mate. Boring you with my Fuji news.
No, we're running over.
We're running very late.
Anyway,
Anyway,
so many photos.
that's what was in my box. A brand new lens. I'm very excited. So I decided to get this when I ordered my XE5. The XE5 is not coming until the end of August, but obviously they were out of stock. It arrived. I got it. It's here. I love Fujifilm. That's all I've got. Let's jump to some photos, Justin.
I got so much. There's tons of them. I don't know how to do this.
Maybe we should sort of do 5 tonight and then jump to some others in the coming weeks.
Tell us in the chat if you sent photos in. Do you want? Tell us whether we should do yours this week or next week. Help us, because I am
Unorganized.
No, these are all new for tonight. I had the other ones ready to go. I think we've got
bring those up
3,
and then
4, 5,
get it sorted.
6,
Yeah,
7,
come on, just
8,
start showing us photos.
We're going to do something. We're going to do
10,
something in the
11,
intro.
12, 13, 14, 15 people have sent them in while we've been on the podcast. Okay.
Is
I'm
there,
gonna-
are they sending a photo or are they sending multiples?
Most of them have sent multiples. So it's I can't do both at once. Bruce says, I don't care if you do mine. We'll do yours at some stage. Lisa says, I've waited up to see my images. Exactly. All right.
Let's start there.
I've waited.
Okay.
That would that'd be pretty rough if you were just like, and on next week's episode.
Yeah,
I know.
sorry,
I'm not going to do that to you, but I'm going to have trouble to both be bringing these up and sharing them whilst also going through the other 10 downloads that I've got to try and do and organize them and import them into Lightroom. So I'm doing my best. I'm doing this. It's all happening. Let's bring one up maybe for some. What are we going to do? Let's start with. Just bring up a photo. Let's start with Grant's because it's right there, and Grant can quickly talk about it. And then when he wants, we can talk about the next one, and I'll keep doing what I'm doing.
Yeah, nice. That's my shot from Horsehead Rock in Bermagui. we got to Bermagui for 2 nights, and this is like one of the main shots I wanted to get. The light wasn't as good as I wanted, but just with the leading lines in those rocks, it sort of just hit perfect. I was pretty happy with it, but it can always be better.
Looks good.
Yeah,
I think it's really good.
I actually met another photographer there, and this was like his 10th time there, trying to get like the perfect sunrise, and he's just like, "Nah, not today."
What time
was
was
like,
it, Grant?
What time?
Yeah,
Oh, it was wouldn't even know. It was early.
like 6, 7.
Justin could probably tell you with the metadata.
Oh, that's it was early. It was like probably 7, but I didn't know the way to the actual like this spot, so I took another walking track, which took me like half an hour, and I was like up on a cliff looking at it, being like, "How do I get down from here?" And then
Wow.
I was like, "This is not right," so I had to like run back, and I was running through all these trees, and there was like all these kangaroos like jumping out, and I ran there. Then I saw a guy at the car park, and he was walking down, and I'm like, "He's got a camera bag on, he's going there." So I sort of started following him, and we're climbing over all these rocks, and then it led me here. But I nearly missed the sunrise. But yeah, bit of a story. Yeah, cool story behind it, because I would be spewing if I missed it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, much better story than if you just walked in, got the shot, walked out.
Yeah, and you have to go low tide as well, because if it's high tide, you can't get over the rocks. Yeah, cool spot.
Very cool.
No, that's very cool. I love the colors.
Grant's
Love
next.
the warmth.
No.
Ooh.
I'm trying to find it, Grant. There it is.
Yeah, so that's in Woolgoolga. It's a spot in New South Wales, I think, from memory. We come across Woolgoolga. I think we went into a caravan park somewhere close, and it wasn't very good. And Eilish, my wife, found Woolgoolga is the best beach in Australia, or just been voted. It's like, oh, we'll go check it out, and went there. And we're like, oh, this is a cool little town. So this is just on the headland. I was just out walking, like sunrise. Most of my photos were pretty much sunrise photos from that trip, just because I was on the east coast. And just with the path and the light hitting everywhere. Yeah, I thought it looked pretty cool. And
I love the way that
the
path is lighting up the gaps in the pavers.
Yeah.
That it's kind of adding like a bit of a golden glow. It's really cool.
Yeah, I found it pretty hard taking travel photos, because we're only there for a day or two, so it's hard to get to a location in the dark and find what you're going to shoot. So for this one, I didn't have a plan or anything, so I just went for a walk at sunrise, and ended up with this, which I was pretty happy with. Yeah,
I appreciate that it's not, you haven't shot it sort of 3 or 4 stops under and then tried to bring everything up and keep the kind of sun sort of super golden. Like, I actually like how it's slightly blown.
Yeah.
And just like it's sort of got that goldeny glow. It looks sort of, it's nice.
Yeah. Agreed.
Cool. That's my photo.
Very cool.
All right. One moment. I'm doing my best.
I didn't send you any, Justin.
Good. Good, because I'm organizing rapidly. All right, let me go to. All right, these are Greg Carrick's photos. He sent in an email. I have to bring his up because he said his were. Yarra Ranges Photography Society are having an exhibition later in the year at the Warburton Art Gallery. Each member can show 2 photos. So I've chosen one nicer, pretty picture, Murray River Twilight, and one arty-farty photo in black and white called City Shades to show we also do arty stuff. So this is his pretty picture, which was shot on the GFX 50R, which is very nice. Beautiful
really
colors.
Nice.
Yep.
And then his arty-farty photo, which is shot on the Fujifilm Xe4 in Acros.
I wonder what lens he used.
He didn't tell me.
Because knowing Greg, he used some sort of weird lens, I reckon.
He does that.
He does that a lot. Very cool.
Very cool. All right. A couple of quick ones. Oh, I might. Gareth sent some more in. Just quickly, I'll fly through Gareth's photos. He caught a couple of these. I caught this one at a concert. He loved the moment between this singer and this lady that was watching him sing. But he said if he could go back, he would probably re-edit it and remove the spire in the background. Yeah. I'm like, you could. But also for this kind of moment, is this the sort of image that you do edit, or do you just leave it as it was? It's more of a documentary kind of a thing. It is what it is, you know?
Yeah, that's what you got on the day. You know, if you didn't think, oh, maybe I should squat a bit lower to try and, you know, so that drops behind the blue thing, but then you'll lose part of the face and the expressions. And yeah, it's hard sometimes when you do. It's like street shots, you know, you've just got to go with what you've got and look for the stronger frame, the stronger elements in your composition to carry it.
Yeah, exactly. I might hold off Gareth's other one for maybe another episode. I'll quickly bring these up. These were sent in by Paul. That's
really cool.
That's cool.
It is very cool. But does anyone know anyone that shoots Canon? No, Paul's having trouble. This image and this image were shot with the 70-200 and the 2x teleconverter. These three images following were shot with the 100-500, the new RF lens, and aren't as sharp. And he's struggling to get sharp images with motion blur at shutter speeds below, like at 1/25 and at 1/125 and below. Whereas he was getting sharper results, although that one, the prop's frozen, but sharper results from the other. So that he wanted to throw that out to the crew. Maybe we can dig into it in another episode a bit deeper. But if anyone in the chat knows, why is he having trouble with the RF 100-500 tracking planes and getting sharper results racked out to 500mm on the Canon R5? It's a good question.
Sounds like you shouldn't buy that lens, Jess.
Wow, that's it.
Or don't photograph planes.
It's a good point. All right, I'm going to do a quick import. You guys just see if this works.
Okay.
Oh, that doesn't work.
Why not?
Hang on.
The anticipation.
It's troubleshooting at its best. I'm trying to do things on the fly. Import.
Is it working? Well, just while Justin's fucking around with Lightroom, let's just remind everyone watching and listening along that this is the Camera Life podcast. You're listening and watching the Random Photography Show. This is our 100th episode. If you can believe that, we're up to 100. We're going strong, and we have no end in sight, which is wonderful. But this podcast is, I'm very tired. I can't even think properly. This podcast is one of two shows that we air every single week. This is our Random Photography Show every Monday evening, 7:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. You can do the conversion for wherever you are. And then every Thursday morning, we have a guest on, and we interview that guest to talk about their photography journey and how they got to where they are today. Speaking of which, can I just say, this coming Thursday at 9 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, we have, is it Scott Portelli is joining us? Let me just have a quick squiz, make sure I don't want to get the name wrong. Scott Portelli is joining us to talk about his photographic journey. Scott has just been awarded Australian Photographer of the Year for one of his images, literally yesterday. And he's joining us on Thursday. But we knew him before he was famous. He was coming on anyway. So stay tuned for that one. So like and subscribe. It helps us out a lot. It lets other people know that we're here. And lets other people see our content, and then hit the bell notification so that you can get notified of every upcoming episode.
Yeah,
there was some good comments
Yeah, can you? I spotted those about the shutter speeds and stuff on those lenses. Can you go through those just while I'm doing more images?
So someone said Exy and Bruce said probably aperture. Rick Nelson said the 7200 shots seem to be a faster shutter. John Pickett, possibly heat haze. I struggle with it at 500 when shooting motorbikes. Bruce Moore said stop down. David Leparati, shutter speed too low for 500 at 1/25th, needs a good panning technique. That's definitely true. It's a rule, isn't it? You shouldn't have, obviously if you're panning it, obviously changes, but a shutter speed lower than the length of your lens.
Yeah, but it's an image stabilized lens and you're panning, so you're trying to get that prop rotation blur. But I think the comment that I saw that hit it on the head was, I think maybe hit it on the head. Rick Nelson, exactly. Yeah. Go tell that one.
Yeah, so Rick's also said slow shutter while it's coming at you isn't as good as when they pass you by. So, because you're not going to get them panning, or the motion blur will be coming towards you rather than you panning along with it.
So you might actually be, and also, exactly. That's hard to explain.
When they're going past straight, they're in the same focal plane. When they're coming towards you, that focal plane is moving. Therefore, that slow shutter will get like the subject will move through,
and you might have a better
towards
chance
you.
Because planes also do this as they're flying through the air as well. So you might, if it's coming at you, it's just kind of doing that. Whereas if it's going alongside, it is still doing that, but you might have a better chance of panning with it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And they're coming at you at considerable speed. So
that's right.
The window of opportunity for ultra tack sharp everything is really slim.
Yes. Bruce also said, no end in sight. It's the name of this episode.
I hope. Were you going to go to the gym tomorrow, Jim, or are you just calling it? You just like, nah, I'll sleep in.
Well, no, I won't. Haley's here, so I won't be up.
Okay,
won't be up
so you're fine.
Here.
Perfect. We'll do another hour.
No, I've got to get up for parent, Justin. Not Haley ready for school. Parent. Not just sleep in and lounge around in my
Hey. Oh man, I'm losing. I don't know whose images I just did. Oh no, I need to focus.
Let's do a couple more, and then let's repack for a future episode. Hey.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. Everyone's so excited. I'm close. These are Xy's photos. If you guys want to go through them and just tell me when to move on while I download some more photos from my.
So these look like Xy's recent shots. He went. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, he went to Tasmania. Went to Hobart to do some photos, and it rained a lot.
Can tell.
Yeah. So he also went to what's the name of the gallery? Is it Mona Xy Museum of New Art? If anyone's never been down there and you're in that sort of Hobart area, definitely go to Mona. It's a phenomenal experience. Really obscure art pieces and works, and the space itself is magnificent. Next.
Xy said, it's Mona Museum.
Yeah.
That's a cool shot.
It's a really cool shot.
Nice lines.
It's got really good energy. Oh, that's really beautiful. I love the way that she fades. I mean, I know it's through the internet and we're looking at a screen, but the way that her dress fades, there's just enough light to identify the body shape, but then it just disappears. Yeah. Beautiful.
Yeah, that right arm disappears.
Yeah. It's got nice balance too. It's got really lovely balance.
Jerry would not be happy.
Thanks,
Jerry Jonas.
Jerry Jonas, because Xy said shot on film.
Shot on film. Very nice.
Wow. Nice. Yeah, that's cool.
All right. I think I've got everything in. Let me just do one more quick check of my import. I think I've got everything in. I'm going to hold off some of our legends like Lucinda Goodwin and Bruce Moyle and even Nathan. I'm going to hold yours off for a future episode. But everyone else we'll just whip through.
right.
Let's go. John Pickett with the indoor sport.
Yeah,
Wow.
indoor sport's hard.
It
Basketball,
is hard.
trying to get
Basketball is
enough
hard.
light.
What do we got? This is the it's the R3. It's like shooting fish in a barrel. ISO 5000, 80 mil at 1,000th of a second, f2.8.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
Oh,
camera
that's awesome.
That camera is the goods.
Look at that.
That's sharp.
Wow.
That's tack sharp.
Isn't it?
You got to know the sports as well when you're shooting them, because to be able to pick up on plays and like for moments like this, you got to be right on it, because it's just like that. It's so quick.
Yeah.
Mm.
I think he had. I'm just going to try and see if he said anything. Yeah, R3 with the EF7200 Mark II. Impressed with the low light. Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Liam Kilroy.
The colours.
All right, here we go. It says vertical shots with the Pentax lens, horizontal with Fujifilm lens, which was first two shot. The Pentax Takuma 1000 f8 on an XT2 at 250th at f32. So I don't like what. What? So it was with a 1000 mil f8 on the XT2 at 250th at f32. I don't even know if that's
You might need to.
yeah.
Can you check
And
the
the-
metadata?
Yeah, it just says like 21 mil at f1. So it's
Yeah, it
this-
won't show the lens.
Okay.
it won't show the right data. And then, but those are they're great shots.
Yeah.
And then this one was shot with the X Pro 2 and the Fujifilm 100 to 400 at 400 mil. Yeah, this one, and that was at f13 at 3,000th of a second.
Gosh.
It's old.
It does look old.
Back in the day.
Great shots.
That's impressive.
Lisa.
Like when Greg
Lisa.
was young.
Lisa, are you still with us? Your images are up. We are here.
Yeah, nice.
And Lisa
Really
says, hang on.
Is that
I've only
stacked?
been doing photography a year, so slightly nervous about sharing. I shoot on the Nikon Z7 II.
Cool.
Nice.
Very nice, beautiful water blur. So that was a
Nice grains.
24 mil f14 6-second exposure. Yeah, very nice. Not too
beautiful.
overhyped. Like, yeah, nice clean greens, not pumped. Like I would pump the crap out of those greens so they look like they were on fire. And everyone would be like, ugh.
HDR.
Are you stacked though?
Hmm?
Are the images stacked? Like, is there motion blur in the ferns, or is
It's
she
a good-
stacked?
Well, from here, it looks like maybe a little bit. Not sure. Lisa.
I don't know.
Mm.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, it looks cool.
Yeah, really good. Well played. Oh, look at
Beautiful.
that. I love
Yeah.
that.
Combo.
Yeah. F13, ISO 100, 1600th of a second. I mean, your settings are spot on. Like,
Yeah.
you're doing
And the
the
nice
thing.
framing.
Great.
I like the square.
Yeah.
crop.
Same.
Lisa says that waterfall was or the water one was a single image.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's great. Actually, she's got great compositional eyesight. Like she knows how to crop and frame
Yeah.
really well to suit the style of image too. That's great.
High ISO on this one. I don't know whether that was intentional or not.
Might have been dark.
Handheld.
Well, it's at f14 though, I guess, to get the depth, but
Mm.
I don't know. And at a fourth of a second, I think if with non-moving subjects, because that's at ISO 25,600. So unless you were going for intentionally high ISO, I would potentially look, if you had a tripod, maybe you were handheld, I don't know. Or I would just sacrifice some of your depth of field for the sake of bringing the ISO down. But that depends. It's but Bruce is
It's
spot
cool.
on.
Really simple.
Yeah.
What focal length?
30 mil.
Yeah. So at that focal length, you could get away with shooting like a
like F8 or
much
something.
faster.
You'd still. You wouldn't get as much depth, but you would still get some depth, and I think it would still look nice. But it depends.
With
it
the
depends what you were
so
going
far
for.
away.
It still looks good on my screen in front of me.
Yeah, she said in the middle of a big storm and wanted a grainy look like a pencil drawing.
Yeah, it's got that for sure. It does look like a pencil drawing.
Yeah, and it actually big. It looks nice.
Yeah.
So well played.
That looks awesome, like enlarged and framed. That would be a stunning shot to have.
I like it. This one.
Cool.
What filter did you use on this? You've used a filter, not like an Instagram filter, a photographic filter. Yeah. What?
10 star?
Great photos. 1 year. Watch out.
Hey, doing well, kid.
Yeah. Yeah, very nice. All right. Australia Through My Lens says trees look great viewing on an iPad.
Yeah, I called it 10 star.
And 10 Nissi ND10 for this image. Because this one says it's 39mm f5.6 ISO 100 at 200 and is that right? 240 seconds? Maybe that doesn't work. I don't know.
No, it would. Yeah. She got a 10 stop on.
Yeah, it's pretty dark.
Neil says nice work, Lisa. I agree.
Yeah.
Great work.
Great shot.
What's that?
All right. Minutes? What's that?
4 minutes.
4 minutes of exposure. It's a long time to keep a steady.
It kills the batteries when you're doing long exposures.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
I'll get you back there, Grant.
Next time I might be
from. Hang on. Try and bring it up.
Big stopper.
I don't know if he's still in the chat. This is Muhammad Anas Ali. I don't know. What's your preferred? Well, you got it because it's come through as Anas on your email. What shall I call you? But we've got 5 great photos. Oh, that's cool. That's very cool. Can I see what you're shooting on? D5300, 20mm f8, 400th of a second. Yeah, that's a very cool photo. Ooh, ICM. Yeah.
Lisa has said, Neil is my husband. He's biased. Because
biased.
Neil said, nice work, Lisa.
don't tell us that.
Yeah.
He's just waking him up. I'm on.
Kids in the chat.
Yeah, great. I've never really done the ICM thing. Have you guys ever experimented with it? Is it like
what's ICM?
Intentional camera movement.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's got a big following.
Yeah.
Have you tried it, Grant?
No. Jim would have.
Oh, we do it when we shoot dance floors at weddings, but I don't think that's the same. It's not the same thing. I mean, we've never called it that.
No, I did it in uni.
Yeah. I think I did it in uni too, or maybe when I first got into camera again, to photography again. That's ominous.
It is ominous. I'm not sure what's going on here.
You're waiting for something to jump out.
Yeah.
It's like a scene from Stranger Things.
Bruce says, come to my workshops at BFOP.
Okay.
So we'll get the intentional camera movement. Greg Carrick says, I call it shake and bake. That's pretty good. Rodney Nicholson says, it's cool fun.
Yeah.
Wow, this is going to be our longest Monday night show ever. And it will be our longest ever. We'll never go this long again. So enjoy it while it lasts, people.
We can only have
only 100 ones.
Hey, you're loving this, Jim. All right, we're almost done. Great shots. Absolutely great shots. And don't be worried about the camera that you're shooting with, that's for sure.
Is this episode longer than the Matt Grummond's podcast?
No, and it won't be. That was 3.5 hours, I think.
We're definitely going to be longer than Nick Fletcher then.
This will do. No. These are Nev shots. Oh, it looks like he's scrubbed them from scrubbed the metadata from them, so we're just gonna have to guess.
Yeah, I'm going to say shot with a Fujifilm.
No, I'm gonna guess shot with a Fujifilm.
Hand on heart, I think that's what it was.
Ooh,
Beautiful.
Oh yeah. Look at that. Look at that sky.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously we've been following Nev for a while now since I followed him before we had him on the show, but the sky, the amount of open sky he gets in the, is it Albany? Is that how you pronounce it? Or Albany? Albany area. And there's another photographer, a friend of his who I follow, and it's just phenomenal. The skies they get, sunrise and sunset.
Yeah. Crazy. Oh, I didn't know Nev went underwater.
Didn't either.
That's a cool
Is he cheating? Is this like an aquarium or something?
Is that turtle head like super sharp? Like it looks.
These aren't big files. These aren't big files. Unfortunately,
okay.
yeah, he's just sent through like small JPEG, so I can't zoom in on anything. Oh, the drone shot. I like that one.
Yeah, he's been getting into his drone.
Yeah, that's very nice.
Yeah.
I think that's my favorite out of those. Nice, Nev.
It's very artistic. Well done, Nev.
Lisa said, "Is that the Perth boat shed?" Stunning. Yeah. I would guess so. I don't know. It is. Yeah. Grant's already scoped it out for a future trip.
Nah, I've seen it before when I lived in Perth.
Rick Nelson. Oh no, are these small files? What's happened here? Oh,
that's really
small file.
Either I've downloaded it wrong or it's very small. Sorry, Rick. Yeah, they're tiny.
You need a Dropbox so we can drop full resolution, Rick said.
Yeah, we do need a Dropbox.
Okay, I'll figure that out. I'll figure that out next time. I mean, you can send larger ones through to me, but not full. Full might be tricky. These are shot with the R5 Mark II in the 24-70 or 7200, which means they're obviously epic shots. They're very small. But yeah,
we can see what you're doing.
Yeah, we can see what you were doing. Apparently, this was with when you went with Canon to the Gold Coast race last year. Well, aren't you lucky? Bruce says mail client probably resized it. Well, mine didn't because the other ones have been coming through. Well, like this one, bigger, and even full. I think a couple of them come through full. We've got some images from the one and only Rodney Nicholson. Did Rodney say anything? I can't tell. Where? He says, congratulations, boys. Here's one from yesterday, apparently, which is epic. The Australian Outback. He's a master of it. Dennis says, I'm still here. So are we.
Yeah. What are we doing?
What is happening? Nice work, Rodney. I don't know where that is. That's an old wall.
Probably the same place from the first photo.
Yeah.
No.
But where?
Oh, yeah, maybe, yeah.
The horseback.
Very cool.
Nice. All right. And I think this is lucky last because we'll save Bruce, Lucinda, and Nathan for next week.
Yep.
This is Tim Siamis. Oh, hang on. Rodney says he nearly got bitten by a tiger snake. Well, tiger snack. Don't do that.
Wow.
Oh, where is Dennis's?
Oh, he's a snack.
I downloaded yours, Dennis. Yeah, I won't forget you, Dennis. I have got yours. Yours is queued up, and you are still here, but I can't find it.
So this one by Tim. What were the settings you used?
They're scrubbed. They're gone.
Okay.
No metadata. But Tim said, no.
Like a 5-second.
Where is it?
Exposure.
Yeah.
Clifton Hill Macca's. Clifton Hill Macca's from most recent around the corner from my house. I'm not sure Maccas should be the tenants of this beautiful building. It deserves better.
I think it pops up in social media a lot, this building. It's got like I don't know if it's Art Deco or what period it is, but it's like one of the most photographed McDonald's restaurants in the world. Because it's just, look at it. It's phenomenal. Such an unusual structure.
Yeah. Did they build that, or did they just find it and move in?
I think it was there since the 30s. I think.
Okay. Yeah.
Great shots, Tim.
Yeah.
Cool building.
All right. Where are we? Where is Dennis? Dennis. What is happening?
Oh no, Justin.
Sorry, Dennis.
Riveting stuff. This.
Look, hey, fill the gap, people. Fill the gap.
Yeah, we're gonna lose people now, Justin.
3 hours. I'm out of words, dude.
I found it.
Hey,
Got it.
Oh, there we go. Jesus, Dennis. You're a
Is this
fucking wizard.
AI? It looks like AI.
Yeah, I reckon it's AI. I reckon you just use the text prompt. Hey, ChatGPT, make me an image that's going to blow people's minds. Here it is.
Dennis said save it. Too late. We're here and we're doing it. I want to find where is the caption? This pic was me testing at a location for a workshop. 100% lit by hand. Single exposure, of course. Hand lit the car. Beautiful.
Yeah. He's called someone a wanker. I'm not sure who.
I think we all are.
Well, so yeah, not sure. Yeah, I love the sunset colors. So did you have one or two shots at this before the colors disappeared? Because if, the images take a while, it's not like you get much
clouds
of a chance.
There's a bit of blur, so
as the sky changes. Lucinda, you're still here. Do you mind if we bring yours up on next week's episode? Pretty please.
Yeah, I've got to get my son his room back.
Oh yeah, he'll be furious. Dennis said he's got a few attempts, but the color was nearly gone.
Yeah. Magical work, Dennis. Magical.
I got to try that one day.
Yeah. For anyone that wants to know how Dennis has done this, fortunately, Dennis is one of the most generous photographers and content creators on YouTube. You go to his channel, Ball of Light, or is it Dennis? Is it Smith Makes Stuff? Anyway, Google Dennis Smith, Ball of Light, or Smith
School
Makes
of Light.
Stuff.
It's the School of Light.
Sorry, Dennis. Sorry, mate. It's very late. And you can watch Dennis's tutorials on how he creates these images. Dennis travels the world doing commercial and a whole bunch of artistic fine art stuff. And a lot of it involves cars and automotive and sport. But yeah, everything is there for you to learn from, and definitely check it out. School of Light on YouTube. Thanks, Dennis. Sorry, I got it wrong.
All right. We should probably
soon.
We should probably wrap this thing up soon.
Yeah.
Surely we could pad it out for another minute 40, couldn't we, and hit 3 hours?
Well, we could. I mean, I don't have time to download anyone else's photos, but by the time I talk about the competition and stuff, we'll be done. But Nathan, you're a legend. I'll bring yours up next week. Lucinda, you're a legend also. Lucinda says, yeah, so fine. We'll bring yours up next week too,
Thanks,
please.
guys.
If that's all right. Same with yours too, Bruce. That'll give us something to talk about on next week's Your Images episode. If you're listening to this, just email your images to justin@luckystraps.com.au if you want us to bring your photos up on the show. And if you send them to me before the show, tonight was a bit crazy, but if you send them to me before the show, I'll have them ready to go.
And send them in a reasonable size so we can
see the
bring them
detail.
up. Yeah,
as big as possible metadata. I'll see if I can set a Dropbox up or something. If you haven't yet, after this episode has aired, you can leave a comment down below on YouTube in the next week after it airs, and you might win $650 worth of Lucky Straps product.
That's right.
Leather
The Lucky
camera
Straps pack includes a deluxe 45 leather camera strap, a matching wrist strap, also leather, all made by luckystraps.com. You've got a leather belt. You'll also get a hoodie, a t-shirt, and the total value is 650 Australian dollars, or around 4,500 US dollars if you do the conversion correctly.
4,500.
That's
$420.
but still, whatever.
But get your comment in. You can win a prize, and we'll send it anywhere in the world.
Yep. 1 week only. So if you're listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, whatever, you do have to be subscribed to the YouTube channel to be eligible to win. We have no way of verifying it.
We will check. Elena will check. She'll find out a way.
We'll hunt you down. Yeah.
And please like the show as well, just for fun.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool to have Grant back on. Hey, you should leave that comment if you want to win a strap. Should Grant be on more shows?
Yeah.
I could.
And if you want the best discount code, you could use Greg, Jim, or Justin for 15% off. But if you want to save a little bit more, Code Grant has been set up for 16% off.
Yep.
I don't know how that happened.
That extra 1%.
Elena. Yeah.
Oh,
Elena is
Elena's playing favourites. Well, she's playing favourites.
What?
That's all it is.
We just did the whole Your Images section, and we're on What's in the Box.
Yeah, because we couldn't see.
Well, that's your job,
the whole
boss.
screen covered.
Don't do it now. It's just embarrassing.
All right, we're going to do we're doing it again.
Run it back.
He's got an hour and a half. All right. Let's wrap it up, I think.
Should we have a final round of applause for the 100th episode?
Yeah, let's hear it. All right. Look, I'm going to call it because no one else is. I just want to thank everyone on behalf of the team. Thank everyone for sticking with us for 100 episodes. It's been such an amazing, 3 hours tonight. That's even longer marathon. It's 100 episodes.
Very impressive.
We haven't done the math on exactly how many hours we've lost to this, but every one of them has been definitely worth it. We've learned a lot from hosting 100 episodes of the Camera Life podcast, and we hope that you have too. What we do here is we offer a live podcast so that you can become involved, you can interact with us, we can talk about your images, we can talk about your gear, we can talk about anything to do with photography, videography, and the visual creative world. But on that note, I think it is well and truly time to wrap. This has been the Camera Life podcast, proudly brought to you by Lucky Straps. Head to luckystraps.com. As we talked about, makers of handmade, Aussie-made leather camera straps. Or you can get a jumper or a shirt. Suit yourself. But yeah, this has been the Camera... I'm so tired. Episode 100, 21 July. Thanks for watching. Let's play some music.
Let's play some music before I do that. David Leperati says thanks. And David, I just saw your photos, the last ones to come in. Yours are on my list for next week as well. So we've got you. I've got you. Thank you for sending me in, because there's some awesome infrared stuff in there. And
so, yeah, just a reminder, we've got an Australian Photographer of the Year joining us on Thursday morning. We're going to hear all about that. And so like and subscribe. Yeah, it's pretty big.
Cool.
It's
See you
massive.
Then, folks.
Thanks, Greg Stubbings. Thanks, Rick Nelson. Thanks, Nathan. Thanks, Dennis. Thanks, Paul. Thanks, Rodney. Thanks, Paul. Thanks, Paul. Gareth Davies. Paul. Thank you. Thanks, Greg Carrick, Philip Johnson, Bruce, Rick, if I already said it, I don't know, John Pickett. There's too many of you. You're all amazing. Lisa, thank you. Thanks for everything. Everybody, good night.
Good night, everyone.